What up? What up?
What's
How
up,
we
brother?
doing? How we doing? How we doing?
What's up, chat? I
What's
love that
good?
video. I say it every week. I love that video at the end.
Hell yeah. Sadly, I always forget to click the button so the music doesn't play. It drives me nuts. You actually got to click that button. You know what I mean?
Let's see. Quick shout out. Gotta see Nuthouse Gaming had first comment. Steven Negley, BBB. Hello. And General Hershey, Dino Tamer Zach. Hello, beautiful people. So, brother,
We're
how's
back
your
for
week?
another one. Episode 15. Can you believe it? Oh my God, episode 15.
You didn't have anything cool happen to you this week, did you?
No. It was a pretty boring week, which I'm okay with. You know what I mean?
All right.
Boring weeks are good when you get older. You know what I mean?
Nothing out of the ordinary happened to us.
We're good. Definitely. Cheers, by the way. We got Monster today. You know, I have tonight off. I should have grabbed some whiskey, but I just woke up. So whiskey at like 6 in the morning.
I don't think I knew you were off tonight. That's scary. This might be a marathon. Look at that glass. I'm going to give a little shout out there to friends because we don't gatekeep, right? Keep Gaming Weird podcast.
Gaming Weird. Nice.
Yeah,
whiskey
just
glass.
got that glass.
I might need one of those, actually. I think I'm going to need one of those.
Yep, check it out. Squirrel Master and his friend Flames do a great podcast as well. Tuesday night. So you got a Tuesday night and a Thursday night action there. Friends doing podcasts. So
I think we need our own whiskey glass too.
I agree.
I mean, that's a must. 100%. We need our own. You know what I mean? So how's your week been? Okay, just boring?
It's been great, man. Today I got free dinner. Yeah.
Well, you have arrived when you're getting free dinner. You know?
My daughter's in cross country. They had a dinner at the school, and I was like, okay, let's go. And I showed up, and they had freaking Olive Garden. It was catered by Olive Garden. I was like, what? Bro. And you know this belly, I like my carbs. Lasagnas and pastas and skitties.
It doesn't get any better than carbs.
Yeah. It was it was good. Carbs. But man, one of the things I noticed as I looked around, and I told both my daughters, I was like, all the other dads look like dorks. They're like, what, Dad? I mean, they're wearing like pocket protectors.
Really?
And, like, just not cool clothes. None of them had tattoos. I didn't see a single tattoos. You read the room. Wow. I sat there with my kids and just talked. I didn't see any.
I guess we wouldn't fit in there, huh?
We wouldn't fit in there. So, anybody else? Yeah, I'm sure there's people that can relate to that. You go to some place.
I used to always feel out of place in my kids' school events too. I don't know.
Yeah.
And I coached softball for years, you know that. And I was usually the only one that was like sleeved up, the only coach. Because I coached, some pretty high-end like softball tournaments and stuff. And they're usually pretty stuffy. So, I was usually the only one. Kind of out of place, but yeah, it's whatever.
All right, I'm glad you feel me there. Yeah, the daughter had a couple of her teammates there with us at the table while we were eating, and I was like, they started talking about a video or something, and I was like, so what do y'all consider, what's viral? What's like famous on a video? And my daughter's friends laughed and smiled, and they were like, yeah, she had already bragged on me, so that was pretty cool.
What do you think? Well, yeah. Well, you've been seen by 9 million people now.
Yeah, still counting.
You're definitely famous.
What about you? How was your day? Anything cool?
I just woke up. So it hasn't, this is the coolest thing that's happened to me all day. I get to talk to you and have this beautiful chat. You know what I mean? Hold on. I might have to fight General Hershey real quick. Did you see what he said?
About Olive Garden?
Olive Garden isn't that good?
That's unacceptable.
What?
Unacceptable. Let's see. I see a couple new names. Samantha, hello.
Wow.
Looking at it through here real quick. Who am I missing? There was somebody else I saw. I see Jen's in the house. GR, hello.
See Samantha.
The one and only Snake. Yeah.
I see Allie.
Thanks for being here, guys.
Steven, Dino Tamer, GR, Ange.
Well, if you're ready, dude, I'm super excited about tonight's guest. Like super excited.
But before we start, though, you guys smash the button.
Oh, I wasn't ready. Smash
the button.
Yeah. So very important. In chat right now, you gotta hit the back button. If you're on a phone, you gotta look for that thumbs up symbol.
Yeah. Right now we got 4.
We got 4. Yeah, we got 4. We can do better now.
So you gotta hit the back button, and then you just tap the chat again, and it'll come back.
There's a this and a this. Don't hit this one. Hit this one.
Yeah. This one.
Zach said Olive Garden's trash too. Iron Warden's in the house.
Oh
Iron Warden.
Them are fighting words.
Love it.
All right, man. Do your thing.
Do
what
it.
You got.
See what I got. I didn't prepare a speech, but I am super stoked about tonight's guest. This guy has quickly become just one of the greatest friends I have. Challenges my thinking, super intelligent. I always enjoy like the one-on-one time we have where we do talk and catch up. I think everybody knows him as Ryyley. Streams on TikTok under the name Ryyyely. So on TikTok at Ryyley. He has 3,582 followers. Absolutely vibing streams. His energy is awesome. Always entertaining. Always, I love when I can tune in and be there and vibe with the Taco fam. So talking about the Taco fam. So I would be remiss not to mention his fantastic, beautiful wife, Ange. She also streams. I think everybody knows, and she
had to do Rogan.
She was on Joe Rogan. We couldn't get her on, but they started the Taco Squad, which is quickly growing into one of the biggest and bestest, if not the bestest, community on all of TikTok. I mean, just a bunch of great people that I can call friends in it. So with that, I hope, Ryyley, that was the introduction, the best I could give you, brother. You deserve all the love in the world. You're amazing, and welcome to the Lucid Squrl Podcast.
Hi, I'm Ryyley. I have just a public service announcement here. Sitting backstage for that is the most terrifying thing in the world. I hit that go live button like 4 days a week, and I don't even think about it. Like, I don't even have 2 socks on most of the time. That is terribly nerve-wracking.
Yeah, good.
But you guys killed it.
Yeah.
Thanks for the intro. W overhyped too, by the way.
No overhype. Meant everywhere, brother.
Just a guy on TikTok. The super
guy on
famous wife.
TikTok.
We got that out of the way.
I'm blown away that you don't have more followers than you do. Honestly, because you're a charismatic guy, so it makes no sense to me. Just like your wife, she's super charismatic too. That's why she has the following she does.
Just say it. It's TikTok, Lucid.
Well, yeah.
I think Lucid's a TikTok fan though.
Nah, I'm still not.
The private conversation.
Just because one video went
private
crazy.
Conversation.
Just because, and I'm not, I feel bad because I'm not even the famous one in that video. It's Squrl. I didn't say a word in that video. It just happened to be on my account. So,
I went to the grocery store earlier today and people were like, hey, it's Lucid. And I'm like, what?
Right?
You were live and me and Ian were texting the whole time. And your video was just, 1 million after the other. I'm like, I'm going to give it a week, but then I'm going to make him say, like, I love TikTok just one time.
Stretch. That's a stretch. Well, once the creator program goes off, if that goes off, then I'll love TikTok. But until then,
right. I know TikTok nothing about that.
It's like the bane of my existence.
Whatever. You're going to get I love TikTok tattoo on your right cheek.
And wherever that video ends at, you're going to put the exact amount of views it has right on you.
So I need to know. I have a question I've been wondering. Squrl calls you Peach Bro. Can you explain?
I had tattoo a squirrel on my butt. It's that simple.
And that's what the peach see, I was thinking you guys had like similar asses, maybe,
We might. I guess I've never seen his. He's seen mine so many times. I'll send a random text and it'll be just like the image of it. And he knows where it's at. So he knows what he got a picture of.
Man. You're famous.
I lost a bet.
You're famous when your logo is on somebody's ass.
It was a challenge. It was I'm
going to tell you, I was all about it, and it wasn't a big deal till I was laying face down on the artist's chair, and I'm like, I'm doing this right now. I've never even shook this guy's hand, and he's going on my tush. Right. I guess.
This guy is going to be on my ass forever. Wait, that sounds odd, but yeah, kind of.
There's
crazy.
a squirrel on my butt. Okay.
There's a squirrel on my butt.
And there's so much ink, and it's such a solid tattoo. There's no covering it up. I mean, I black it out, I guess, but it's there.
Perfect.
My friend forever.
You're forever sitting on Squrl.
Cat's in the house too. I see Weber.
To everybody. Weber, the number 2 son, is here. I saw Steven too. I saw Steven.
Yeah, I think he was first chatter. Famous tattoo right there. Yeah. This is YouTube. I think you can get away with mooning us, but I mean, you don't have to. No pressure.
Yeah, that's
no pressure. He says, "Yeah, no pressure."
You don't have to. You don't have to have a nose pick cam either. So
it's spelled the same on the OF too, by the way.
Oh, nice. Good to know.
let's Ryyley, go ahead and for the folks that are listening from the future, if you wanted to give them some background information on you that I didn't cover, what would you tell them about Ryyley?
I stream on TikTok, carpenter, father too, married to a super famous streamer. I follow her lead, dude. I can't even like her vibe in the morning. I gotta have it. I couldn't imagine if she streamed at night. I can't start my morning without her. Like I try to she streams 7 days a week, but I'm her husband. I get to see her all the time. I still need it. And I don't think it's just necessarily her. I need the people in her chat. It's that whole community thing, man. Just see what people are up to. It's how you start your day.
Yeah, like her stream is definitely I don't know how she does it, honestly. Like every comment, every name, every single gift, I can't do it. She's a much better streamer than I am. 100%.
Yeah, me too.
I think that portion of it's important too.
100% it is.
If you are the person that gets we stream games, if you can get 100 kills a game, yeah, maybe you don't have to look at your chat, but chat-based stream, people are coming to say hi. I mean, we're waiting for him. It
reminds me of like a morning talk show
Rachel
or
Ray type
something.
Stuff, yeah.
You know what I mean? That people wake up and look forward to that every morning. It's awesome.
Yeah, the Age Morning Show. That's what it's been called.
Plenty of nights I go on and I don't even turn the game on. I don't feel like it. And I mean, I can't read chat like she can, but I get FOMO when I miss chat. Like I look up and I'm lost in the conversation. Like I don't know what that person meant by that. Like, dang, man. They're sitting on their couch in my room trying to talk to me and I'm worried about getting a win on a video game.
Yeah. I totally feel you there. I get confused so easy. Not on the day-to-day, but when I hit that go live button, I turn into like a squirrel. And a conversation, two or three different conversations will be happening, and I just get lost in the sauce. Like I'm like, what are you talking about? And then they'll explain it to me in chat, and then I feel bad. I'm like, oh man, I'm such a dummy.
Or you miss like somebody spent $10 on you and sent you a galaxy and it's 3 gifts up. You're like,
whoops.
Wow, that was terrible of me. You know what I mean?
Well, that happened to me. That actually happened to me the other day. Somebody sent a racing debut and I missed it for like a while. I felt like such a L streamer, you know what I mean?
That was your first gift to Squrl too, wasn't it? I think I've heard a story about
Galaxy was, I think.
Yeah, I completely missed. Like when I say I missed it, I didn't catch it till the stream was over. Like I was running back through and like looking at stuff, and I was like, we still. I think we've talked about it on the podcast before, but Lucid and I obviously our TikTok messages are like 10,000 miles long, right? Because we've known each other for over a year now. Like we scrolled all the way back. A few weeks ago, we scrolled all the way back to the beginning and found where I sent him an apology for missing the galaxy. It was so cool. It was still there, you know?
Yeah, it's all there. Yep.
And we barely knew each other at that point.
I think that's our ADHD. I mean, we got noises going, we got lights going, or making sure our rig's running good, and we're trying to play a game too. And then the chat's going. I mean, there's a lot going on for our processor.
Well, that's why gift alerts are so important too. Like for me, at least, like a lot of my gifts don't have, and TTS. A lot of my gifts don't have their own sounds, and it just absolutely wrecks everything. I wish they'd quit changing everything up so much. You know?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh man, because you get used to a sound, then that gift goes away, and you gotta, you know what I mean? And especially the bigger ones, it's like you really want to acknowledge those. You know what I mean? To miss one, just kill, because the racing debut is like 1,500 coins or something. It's not a small one, and I was like, oh man, I felt like such a dick after that. But
and that's the shitty part about TikTok too. Is like I think it's a setting now, but in our drop vote chat, it used to go in there. Like the big gifts used to go in there, but the heartbeats didn't. The corns didn't. The TikToks didn't. And I mean. How many times have you seen the first person's gift ever? That's huge. I'm just spend money on it. And they might not have it, and then so TikTok makes you call it those big gifts and makes it big and loud and cool, but they don't make noises cool for a heartbeat, which is important,
I've noticed on TikTok, like in the middle of your stream on TikTok Live Studio, they'll want you to like post clips while you're streaming, which is crazy to me. Like I can't do. I'm not good enough in multitasking to do that. Have you had that
No.
where it pops up like wanting you to like clip shit now? Like what?
I'm vibing with a chat. You want me to post a clip?
Sure.
Like somebody sends you a gift, they want you to like post that clip right now.
Start editing that clip like right there on stream. Hold on, guys. Time out.
Yeah, right.
For sure.
Wild.
I always get the high computer load detected there because I still haven't put this thing in yet.
Oh my gosh, you bought that like
I know,
last year.
I'm just terrified to do it.
That's like, you bought that in 2024, I'm pretty sure.
I bought it before Christmas, yeah.
Did you really? I was just joking.
It's probably outdated, yeah.
What was it? What is it?
It is the, I always say it wrong, 7950 X3D.
Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah.
What are you running now?
I have the, dang it. I had it wrote down. It's only a 6-core, but it's the AMD one.
Yeah. I mean, I'm still running last gen. I'm not even running AM5. And I quit getting the high load detected all of a sudden because I was getting it a lot and then it went away and it hasn't been back. So I'm not going to complain.
Well, I was running 16 gigs of RAM and having issues. And then I put 32 gigs in, and when I watch it, it's always at 20 gigs. So obviously she was working pretty hard.
Right.
And like I said, I'm a carpenter. I don't know nothing about it, but just keep putting stuff.
Well, to set your mind at ease, replacing that CPU is super easy.
Yeah, that's what everybody says.
Yeah, it's not hard at all. You can do it. I promise. I mean, you built that huge wall behind you. You can put in a CPU.
All right.
That was easy.
All right. That thing's the eighth wonder of the world back there.
Right? I mean, yeah, CPU is probably a little more
man.
tedious, but I think you can manage.
Oh, yeah.
I have
got
faith
14
in you, buddy.
flaws that no one will ever see, for sure.
Mm-hmm. I have faith in you. You can do
Ryyley,
it.
you touched a little bit on the ADHD part. I think that's a perfect segue into some of the talking points you wanted to get around, which were, like, I'm super stoked about those that you submitted.
I mean, it's so obvious. I mean, all of us, what we do with the video games. And I did read a statistic. It's like 40% of people that stream video games have ADHD. I mean, I know I have it. I've never went to the doctor for it. But I did read a bunch about it leading up to this, and it's like all the signs is crazy to me. And I think I lean more toward the men's stuff because, I am a man. I married my high school sweetheart, and I have a daughter, and I have a mom. So, like, female reference, I have 3. Male reference, I've worked blue collar my life. I've known thousands of dudes and seen behavior of thousands of dudes. So I always refer to guys, and that's not like, it's not that I just don't know. So I don't want to speak for women, but for dudes, it's super prevalent in our blue collar, like what we're doing. Like, we have ADHD because the hyper focus stuff.
Right.
And the learning disabilities that I didn't realize, because I have a little bit of a reading disability, and that's like straightly correlated to ADHD and learning disability. Like, I had no idea.
So do I, actually. I'm sure everyone's noticed I can't spell for shit, and I'm a little bit slower at reading. But other than that, I don't know that I have ADHD or not. I've never been tested for it or anything like that, so I have no idea. And
that's what the stats were saying. Like it was guessing that, in males, it's like 40% of male. It's 1 to 5 to women. And I don't know if that's like the generation we're living in, or like the way we were raised type of stuff. But like when you correlate that to like the people that are prescribed stuff for it, and the people with like substance abuse and stuff like that. And when I'm saying substance abuse, like the smoking, the chewing, the vaping, like it like straight fills the gap. So there's 40% of us men that have it, and there's 10% of us, and these stats aren't perfect, but they're pretty close. And 30% of us are using another vice. And I mean, you guys are blue collar too. You see it on the job site. You see it, like everybody like us always has something. And I think it's a hyper focus thing. What's the first thing you do when you hit that end live button on TikTok? Because you grab your nose pick. You go at it. What's the first thing you do when you get to your car after work? You grab that vice.
Yep.
And that's no 100%. Different than taking something in the morning before work. Get your mind right.
Yeah. So explain that more. So if the 40% have ADHD, so you're saying the gap to get to 100% is filled by people have addictions or vices?
Mm-hmm.
That's insane.
Yeah, like that's straight up like substance abuse. And a teacher in middle school can deem you ADHD. I think that's where the statistics, the more I read about it, like if you have like a special ed class or whatever, they can say, your child, and like that, you're titled that. That's going to the statistics. So that's not like a PhD thing. And I think that's goes hand in hand with the mental health. And even back when we were in school, I mean, there's not a lot of money, resources as far as that goes, because you tell a 7-year-old kid he has ADHD and their parents don't have health insurance, like put him in the back of the class and tell him to be quiet 7 times.
Right. I think
Not teach him how to.
I feel like a lot of times, though, it is also misdiagnosed. Like that's the easy answer for a lot of, teachers or whatever. If the kid's hyper, it's automatically ADHD.
It's a cop-out.
You know what I mean? It is 100%.
Right. Your kid's failing math because he has ADHD.
Right.
Not because instead of teaching like a kid like me when I was in school how to pound nails or finish concrete, like my ADHD makes me like the way I cure it is hyper focusing. If I get infatuated with something and I need to get it done because my brain tells me that's going to be a dopamine high when I'm successful at it, I have to finish it. I have to do it perfect. But when that's done, it's done.
Right.
But knowing that high and that dopamine kick, it makes me start 17 projects because I just want to finish something. I want to finish something. I want to finish something. It's just like Fortnite. Like, if you think about it, you can get 52nd place and start a new game before somebody wins that game you were in. You just keep going. You just keep going. You just keep going. You just keep going. And it's an asphyxiation. And that's why I think the video gaming circle's so high, because it's such an instant gratification. And not necessarily gratification as like a win in a game, but like your mind's back focused. Your mind's back focused. Your mind's back focused. You have that. And we have a mutual that was talking about that. Like, he's got ADHD bad, and that's why he loves streaming, because it takes so much of his attention, that his mind doesn't think about the stresses in life or any other problems he has, because ADHD is it's a processing disorder. So you can't it takes you longer to process information. So if you told me a stat right now, I really have to break it down in my mind before I can analyze it and say whether I disagree, agree, or if I have a correlating rebuttal against it. That's what, now I don't remember exactly, there's hundreds of different types of ADHD, like anything. They subcategorize everything, but it's a processing disorder. That's why it's correlated to learning disabilities and attention disabilities.
Wow.
And then,
okay.
I mean, we process everything as humans. Like, I can't look at you and not, look at your hat and wonder what that is, or look at the vortex on your shirt, or the Longhorns, and what headphones does he have, and what headphones does he have. And it's not like a judgmental thing. You're just processing. You're reading images. And for a person with ADHD, they do that a little slower. And it's an insecurity to a lot of people too.
I'm sitting here processing it too.
Right? Like, I've never heard most of this, actually.
Yeah. I'm learning. I knew that's why I was excited about this. So I have heard that Elon Musk mentioned this, that the reason he plays video games. So if you didn't know, Elon Musk is huge on video games. He's actually like top 10 in the world in Diablo, I believe that was the game.
Oh, wow.
That's wild.
If you didn't know that. And to be top 10 in that game's pretty, that's like being top 10 in Fortnite. Like there's,
Right.
It's pretty tough to get in that top 10 category. And so what it goes back to was his ADHD. He said the only way he can turn his mind off to just get it to just stop all those ideas and things going through his head is to play a video game. Like that's his only fix for it.
I mean, if you think about like when you're drinking, you make bad choices. Why do you make bad choices? Because you don't think
Right.
things through. And that correlates to substance abuse. You get that, it makes your mind simple type of feeling, and you try to chase that more and more and more and more, and you get yourself in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look at the blue collar field. Like, I don't know the statistic, but what do you think the statistics on something like that in non-union trade? Probably pretty high. If you're counting alcoholism and you're counting nicotine. I mean,
based on my experiences, 70-80%. Yeah.
I know some trades are even higher for substance abuse than others. Like I'm a painter by trade, and painters were always known as like the drunks. You know what I mean? Because I think that back in the day, the paints we used are pretty hardcore chemicals, and I think the thinking behind that was painters used to just try and wash all the chemicals out of their bodies with booze. You know what I mean? And it doesn't work that way.
No.
Like I've heard stories that they used to drink Pink Lady, which is basically a rubbing alcohol for cleaning, for cleaning surfaces before you paint, that kind of thing. Just kind of crazy to me.
No, if you think about it with men, like I lead to that blue collar trade thing because that's the only thing I know. I mean, I'm leaning a little more into like the office end of it now as I get older and work my way out of the field. But you can't ask for help, right? I mean, I know Lucid, you're a supervisor too.
Yep.
If you've seen a guy crying in the middle of your job site, what's the first thing you're gonna do?
I'm gonna go talk to him.
I know the answer.
Yeah.
I know, but once you grab him, what are you gonna do? You're gonna pull him out of there so the other guys don't see it, right?
Yes.
Because why? Because it's embarrassing for him to be crying in front of his colleagues because men don't do that.
Yeah. I've had that happen. I pull them in the office, shut the door, let them do their thing, get whatever they got to get off their chest, and we move on from there. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Take the next steps that you need to take as a supervisor, which is a lot of
for
steps.
Sure. I mean, it's been beaten into our heads since we were kids. Boys are tough. Rub dirt on it. Like, you're not allowed to ask for help. You're not allowed to, and that's society. That's not. And I don't see a change in it really as far as in our trade. I can't really speak on the other ones. I mean, I've never been in a cubicle building where a man started crying in the middle of the room, but I've seen it in the middle of a job site hundreds of times.
Yeah, I can speak on both. Like I've done retail work my entire life and dabbled in a little bit of restaurant work earlier on. And instantly I think about some of the vices in the restaurant industry. Man, you want to talk about it running rampant. I think it's probably worse nowadays. And I'm not sure if the correlation of that is just the stressful environment, dealing with the public, short staff or what, but so many cooks and servers that are, just have some type of substance abuse issue instantly is one I think of. And then I've got 25 years in the retail landscape, right? And was a store manager for many years with 90 or so employees, a multi-million-dollar profit and loss statement that I had to manage. And you want to talk about a high stress environment, like I don't know many store managers that didn't smoke cigarettes or vape now. Definitely alcohol, especially in my younger years. Not so much now. I think the only time I drink now is on the podcast, which is kind of cool. Or if I'm at the campground. But yeah, those are definitely two industries. And I guess you can consider, I'm not sure if those are considered blue collar, but just normal everyday jobs that we kind of take for granted sometimes. But man, they can put a lot of pressure and strain on people.
Right.
I always imagine it
Go ahead.
Like, because you watch the movies and they always have the fine scotches and the crystals and obviously it's in that end of the world too. I've never been involved in it.
Sure.
Yeah. I worked in the casino industry for years, and that you want to see substance abuse. The casino industry is wild. I don't care what part of the world you're in. I think the casino industry, it just comes with the territory. I never got into it because I started working in casinos right when I was 18, and that was kind of eye-opening to me. You know what I mean? Working with a bunch of older people. Like when I say older, I'm 18, so somebody that's 20, 21 is older to me. You know what I mean? But the partying and the drinking and the drugs, and it was crazy. I never got into any of that. I drank a little bit. That was about it. But just. I think any career you're going to have something, that goes with the territory, if that makes sense.
Especially if it has a ladder to it, because there's stress of that.
Yeah. I mean, and that was a super stressful job. You're getting screamed at by angry customers all day long. You know what I mean? So I guess that was the release at the end. You know what I mean? So.
You did, Lucid. I would imagine that was probably pretty tough that you didn't get wrapped up in any of that.
Yeah,
especially at such a young age, impressionable. 18, your mind's still not even fully developed yet at 18.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, I got married at 19, so I think my wife kept me in check back then. Just like she does now. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No time to get in trouble.
You're right. That's probably exact. Yeah, that's 100%.
So. I mean, I could definitely see myself getting wrapped up in that had I not been with her next to me, keeping me out of trouble, So I probably owe her a lot more credit than she gets, honestly, as far as where I'm at today. Because without her, it would have
Like,
never happened.
you think of what you'd tell the 16 to 21-year-old, boy.
Right?
That's what they are. Like, what's the solve? You tell him it's okay to cry on the job site? I mean, that ain't going to help him because he's at that time of the point where he's at the bottom of the barrel and he's got to keep his head down and his mouth shut.
Right.
I mean, we've all been there. So there's really, I just don't see a solution. I mean, we've lived it.
Well, I'm, I'm the kind of supervisor that I can be nice when I need to be, and I can be kind of a dick when I need to be. Just the other day, there's two guys that are being little bitches, right? I told them to man the fuck up or find a new job. That's it. Like several times, I got them both their asses at the same. They're fighting like little girls at each other, He hit me, blah blah blah, whatever, Like these are one dude's my age and the other dude's like 18, and I'm like, both of you need to man the fuck up or you need to get the fuck out because I'm not dealing with this bullshit. Period. There's no room for it, especially in an industrial environment. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like
safety.
Figure it the fuck out or get the fuck out. That's your last warning. And they've shaped up since, so it works.
Just want y'all to know that's exactly what Lucid says to me like 10 minutes before the start of every podcast.
100%. Squrl,
I got to
Squrl,
see
man the fuck up. Man the fuck up, Squrl. We're going live, man the fuck up.
Okay.
I mean, we work with these dudes more than we see our families. So if you're telling me you don't know that guy next to you that you work with every day, how he acts every day, and he acts super different the next day,
Right.
I mean, something's up. There's nothing wrong with being like, hey, man, what's up? I mean, talk to me. What do you want to do? You want to go after work, go do something? You need help? I mean, you don't know what's up. You don't know if he missed 6 payments or he's got the 3rd kid on the way and he don't know how he's going to do it. I mean, I was talking to Squrl a little bit about this and I was scared to touch on it because postpartum depression in women is like super big thing, like super scary. It's hormones. It's your body changes, flips around. I mean, I know nothing about it. I ain't gonna act like I don't. I just know it's crazy. Well, men have the same thing, like clinically, but it's a brain thing. It's postnatal depression, I think it's called. It's where guys are, they're nervous for their first kid because they're providers. It's a provider stress. I mean, I was 20. I don't know how you were old when you had your first kid. I was still a kid.
Yeah, I was 25.
I mean, that'll change you mentally. And I don't have much stats on it other than it's a fear of being a provider. And that's a huge weight on a dad, on a new husband.
Yeah.
I mean, historically you read the books and what's dad do? Dad takes care. Dad's the hunter, dad's the provider, dad's the drives the bus.
The Rock.
It's scary, yeah.
That's why
Dad, don't cry.
Like a lot of men feel like you can't tell anyone how you feel. You know what I mean? You got to be the rock, like you said, the provider. There's no room for you to show weakness, if that makes sense.
Because you feel like anything you do, molding your children into that, so you have to be this idol all the time, but you still want to be fun. You still want to be funny. It's super hard.
I think cultural norms have changed though. So just the fact that we're having this conversation right here today is completely different than what you would see on any type of interview from a group of guys like 25 years ago,
or even 10 years ago, really.
Yeah, for sure. Like if you think of our grandfathers, if there were 3 of them sitting in a chair talking like this, totally different conversation.
God, yeah.
They can
when you say it
mental
like
health
that,
and they are going to dodge that. Like,
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Guys don't have that.
Talking about them people in the straitjackets.
Yeah.
Right.
They'd be telling you to man the fuck up, son.
And I think when it comes to our fathers, I mean, I grew up in a family that my mom and dad are still together and both my grandparents are still together. A very, very not broken home. Like, and you can watch it. And I see it even with me, with my son, not softer. I don't like using the word softer because I'm strict with my boy, but like the leash gets longer, the leash gets longer, the leash gets longer. And like, I don't know. It's a generational gap. You can see it in plain sight. Like some of the stuff that my boy says to me, like you can tell, like he doesn't think it's wrong. Like he'll try to correct me. I would never correct my father. I correct my father a few times, but I learned my lesson. I can guarantee my father never corrected his. So you can see it just gets weaker as the chain goes down, which my son's probably going to have more of a voice than I do because he's thinking about it and he has that, ability to make his own thoughts. Not that I did not, I mean, but you know what I mean. You can see it in plain sight.
Taking a second to catch up on chat there. They're all over the place, but sounds like Bree Nicole said, man, that hits hard and truly never thought of it that way. Nuthouse Gaming, you soft boy. Exactly. Yeah, that's exactly what we're at. Warden said it happened to a friend. Then I got Zach saying, I'm all man, trust me.
The stigma, it's huge. I mean, look at some of the biggest of our generation, some of the most colorful creators of our time. I mean, you can always, attach mental health to that. The Keith Ledgers, the Juice WRLDs. Like how many signs did Juice WRLD that he needed help? Look at all of his music. I mean, he sang it. I mean, he titled the song. I don't want to say the word of the song because I'm so used to streaming on TikTok, but like,
you can say,
you know what I mean? Like he was, I mean, he wasn't doing it for the money. He was doing it to get it off his chest. I mean, he literally had a song it was titled Suicide, and it was talking about him being not mentally stable.
Damn.
And contemplating suicide.
Kurt Cobain.
Yeah,
would be that example.
Robert Williams, one of the
Williams. Oh my God, yeah.
They always say that about the funniest guy in the room. Always, he's doing that for a fulfillment of some sort.
Linkin Park,
Class Clowns, and yeah, for sure.
I don't remember what that guy's name was, but
I don't remember either.
Musicians,
names,
comedy actors.
That is the best part about streaming is people having names like Iron. It's so easy to remember.
Right.
Lucid, even though I spelled it wrong for the QR code and didn't notice for like 4 days.
Oh shit, I didn't catch it either.
Yeah, I didn't either.
I still spell Ryyley's name wrong on a daily basis.
I spelled it wrong on the first thumbnail I made. Like,
everybody always asks, like it's some Greek lore or something. When I played Halo, I mean, Ryyley's my nickname, spelled with one Y, and it was taken. So I put another Y in there.
Holy shit. Why didn't we freaking ask him that in the beginning?
Yeah, right?
We probably just need to clip that segment right now because
I think most of the Taco Squad really knows that by now. But
I didn't know that. I don't think you ever told me that.
And that was it. That was the only reason. I tried it and I was like, bummer. And I threw another Y and it worked. I was like, oh, cool. And that was 20 some years ago. I mean, OG Halo days.
Toxic's got a great question, and I've posed this question on the podcast a few episodes back. So, are we as parents growing weaker, or are we growing more tolerable of behavior? To me, it kind of goes back to I often question how I raise my children versus like how I was raised, and I think the saying is hard times create hard men or women, and soft times create soft men and women, so like, are we I know for me, if I was looking at the cycle, I feel like I grew up pretty hard, pretty rough, and I give my kids everything, Disney and dental and healthcare, and those are basic things that I didn't grow up with as a kid. So I know I often I ponder and reflect on that a lot.
Of a boy and a girl, I mean, I raised my girl a lot softer than I raised my boy. And I don't think it's like a taking my name type thing, but like, I know as a, blue collar leader, what a man's supposed to be. And I don't know to him. I hate thinking or saying that she's an alien, but I mean, you are totally different.
Yeah, right.
See, it's hard.
See, I only have a daughter. So, she kind of got the best of both worlds, I guess, because I was extremely hard on her when I needed to be, but I was also extremely soft with her. So like on the softball field, I was a complete dick. Like you're going to run more than anyone. You're going to work harder than anyone type of thing. You know what I mean? And just in life aspects, you're going to be better than I was, period.
I've read stuff about that, about girls that grow up in, without brothers or like they're tougher. And you'd think it'd be the opposite, but I think it's exactly what you're getting at. Like the father is raising them to be tough. Like you would raise a boy.
Yeah. I've
never thought of it like that, correlating like that. But when you'd think of a girl that grew up with 6 brothers would be tougher, but like, I mean, you can only believe what you can believe, but statistics show that.
Right.
Peach Bum's comment, I think, is pretty relevant to this next topic I want to kind of lead into is I feel men are too often expected to stay silent, but strength includes vulnerability. That's well said. And then Ryyley, I'm reading one of the bullet points you submitted just on notes, and that's that men die by suicide at a rate nearly 4 times higher than women. Like, that's mind blowing.
We've all had those moments where we're, where you see that silent guy or you are that silent guy. And that goes back to knowing your people. You see that guy being quiet. He's got something up. And he's wanting to tell you real bad. He wants to tell somebody, but the stigma says he's not supposed to. He's trying to contemplate in his head what he needs to do or whatever his problem is. Maybe he needs help. I've figuring out his problem.
Yeah, I've had to deal with that at work, actually, where that's had been dealt with. And that was very hard to do as a supervisor. And then going back to the suicide thing, it happens a lot, way more than most people think, honestly, especially in the military.
For sure.
Especially in the military. I work on a military base, and it's insane. It's insane. That's all I want to say about that. But yeah,
it's super hard too when you lose a guy from your crew too, and like say a guy gets fired and then he reaches out to you because of his hardship. I mean, you have X amount of guys you kind of got to focus on, but you got to reach out as a human being. You're no longer part of that company. You're part of that, world. Man up and take leave or whatever. I can't push on the stigmas. It's so obvious. The stigma of having to be tough and having to be the badass, the cowboy, the guy who's got no feelings and can drink the most beers and, lift the most, 2x4s. Like, shit,
me strong.
Yeah, right. Now for that 16-year-old kid there, let's see how many you can lift because you're trying to get on. I get that. But
yeah,
I always think about that. Like, what would I tell myself at 16? Like, what would I change?
Remember, you younger guys, one day you're going to be the old guy.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm one of the old guys now. I was the young guy, and now I'm the old guy. It's wild.
My job when I first got married was at a feed mill, so you lift 100-pound sacks all day, and you always hear the old guy, "You're gonna regret that someday." Like, dude, when it rains, I'm like, why did I not listen to the old guy? I think that's important for the 16 to 21-year-olds. Like, just listen. Don't talk. Nobody wants to hear what you say. You don't know anything yet. I mean, I don't want to be that. I mean, obviously, if you have a mental health issue, like we're talking about, speak up. But like, as far as your experience goes, that guy that's 52, like, he knows what he's doing. He's there for a reason. I see that so much with these kids wanting to get paid as much as that, that 52-year-old thinking they should come in here because they can run 10 miles backwards. It's like, you don't know anything yet.
Right.
It's true.
Be the listener. Be the quiet kid. I want the quiet kid on my crew. The quiet kid, but when he knows something and he's super compassionate about it, he doesn't talk, but you can tell he's like, we got to do it this way because I can see it. That's the kid I want on my crew for sure.
Yeah. I have a couple of those right now. It's kind of nice. The super timid, shy guys, but they're, they're the ones that I think are going to go somewhere. You know what I mean?
No, but it sucks like when they've been there for 6 months too, and like you kind of haven't noticed them, and like you really like focus on them for a day, and you're like, damn, because they were quiet, they weren't the squeaky wheel, and they just been flying under the radar, doing their job really hard and good, absorbing the knowledge.
I feel like we're going to be pretty wise old guys.
Oh, yeah. I think we're already there.
So I just want to take a second to say, if you're watching this in the future, you can find us everywhere. Lucid Squrl Podcast, we're on YouTube. We're on friggin' YouTube Music. We're on Amazon, Spotify, all over the place. Or you can just Google Lucid Squrl Podcast because we pop up more places than we even know. So, if you guys are watching this in the future, hit us up wherever. There's a bunch of episodes. You can see them all. Some of them are like this. You can see the video. Some you can't. Anyway, let's get back to it. So yeah, what'd Chris say here? And a lot of the time we feel like we become a burden on people and don't want to make them worry about us. And 100%, I 100% agree with that. Like if I'm like just stressed out, half the time I don't even bring it up, especially at home or whatever. I kind of look at it as like, it's kind of whatever, that's a me thing. You know what I mean? And it shouldn't be that way. It really shouldn't. You should be able to openly express yourself. Especially your loved ones, and not have to worry about it. But I think the common the common thing with men, especially right now, is you just bottle it all up, and you don't want to bottle it up so long that you get to that point where it just explodes. And I think that's probably the biggest thing is you just let it out. You know what I mean? And don't let it get to that point. What do you guys think?
I agree. I mean, we all have that guy on the crew that complains about his life, like to the bitter end. It doesn't make any of the life changes. Like you see him with the brand new pickup and he can't make a payment. Like you're putting yourself in that situation, and you hear it every day, or the nagging old lady, or the anything, and it's constant every day, every day, every day. And then nobody wants to hear it, and then the buddies get together and be like, "Oh, he's complaining all the time." And I think that's what really works against the stigma. You say, Jimmy's over here complaining all day. I'm so sick of hearing it. I just want to work. Let's talk about the football game. And you got the other guy standing next to him like, man, I was just going to speak up. I was, just about to, let it all out. And he holds it for another month.
Right.
Okay, Jimmy. I think for me, if there was something I would tell a younger person is make sure the people you surround yourself with, that you have high expectations of them. Surround yourself with great friends. Because if I look back through my entire life, there's been many moments where a conversation like this with great friends put me in the right mindset. And so I think that's super important for the conversation we're having now, because I often think that friend or that conversation, the friend's not there, that conversation doesn't take place. And if it would have, how much lower that suicide number would be,
Right.
Yeah, be blunt. When they come to you, be blunt. I mean, tell them, like, don't beat around the bush and try to, I mean, a lot of times we're like, oh, it's going to be okay. Well, if it's something that needs to be fixed or something needs to happen to resolve something, let's fix it.
Right.
I think that's super important too.
And, I'm just reading General Hirsch's comment here. And you guys, I can speak for myself, and I know Squrl, you can reach out, we're here for you guys. If you guys ever need to talk about anything, just reach out to us. We're always here.
Because it's super hard for the creator to reach out.
Yeah.
Because it looks like it's really hard to say, I haven't seen you in my live stream. How are you doing? Because it looks like I'm reaching out for the wrong intentions. But when somebody comes to my stream every night and they're not there for 2 days, it's not a negative, I wonder why they're not coming. It's I should reach out because maybe something happened. I mean, we know our people, and we know, you come to a 7 o'clock live every night, and you don't come for a week. Don't get me wrong. We all have vacations, but like, I know what my friends that come to my chat have for dinner every night. So if they were going on a trip,
right.
I probably know they're going on a trip.
Yeah.
But it is hard. And there's been lots of times where I'm like, oh man, I haven't seen my buddy in a while.
Right.
Should I reach out? And then you open it and you're like, oh man, I can't word this in a way that doesn't say like, why aren't you coming to my live? You know what I mean? Like, it's the weirdest. It's hard, but you have to reach out and be like, man, I hope you're good.
And on the flip side, as a viewer, right, because we all watch our friends too, don't be scared if the vibe feels off, if the energy doesn't feel right. Reach out to the creator, check on them, make sure they're okay. It's definitely a two-way street because, I'm not sure what it is, but I think we all have it. You can just feel when something's off, even if it's a screen in between us, like.
And we all hop from stream to stream as a community. Like, if I don't see Iron all day, where I seen him all day the last, like, something's up.
Right.
I'm reaching out to Squrl because I didn't see him all day, and he didn't tell me he wasn't going on today. Like, we know where our friends go. We know our mutuals. If we don't see these people, we know gaming has ADHD problems, has mental health problems. Like, there's associations there, like, as a community. And you don't even have to be a streamer. You could be just a friend in a chat. It could be anybody. It's not just the streamer's responsibility or the content creator's responsibility. We're all friends. Yeah, we don't meet up on Tuesdays at the bowling alley, but we meet up all day on apps. Like, it's the big 2025, and this is the real world now.
Right. So I'm just reading Peachbone's comment. I think learning from a young age that the importance of communicating rather than bottling up is important. I just told somebody this the other day. I said, my wife and I, we used to be each other's throat all the time, and as soon as we figured out, because we got married young, as soon as we figured out it's way easier to talk than to fight, um, our relationship's been great. You know what I mean? Fighting with your spouse or anyone really does no good at all. But once you can sit down and actually have a level-headed conversation, that's when you're going to get the results you're looking for. You know what I mean? If you're just yelling and screaming at each other's throats, you're just going to piss each other off, and it's not going to go anywhere.
How many times have you been super mad about something and you said it out loud and you're like, that's not as bad as I thought it was in my head.
Right?
It
Yeah.
happens to me all the time. Not necessarily. I mean, it happened to me with my wife before too, or a coworker. You're like, man, it sounded way worse in my head, and this is fine, and we're good. The verbal talking things out. I think that is important. That's such a good key to hit on. That correlates right with your buddies too. I mean, you could be pissed out at your coworker for moving your chair the third day in a row, and you said, "Why did you move my chair again?" And you're like, "Oh, it's a fucking chair.
Yeah.
This ain't a big deal."
Yeah, that's the best feeling when you conquer that fear, or maybe you were holding back on having that conversation for whatever reason, and you do get the courage to do it. That's a great damn feeling. And usually it's 99.9%. It's going to be a positive outcome. I think there was something between Squrl Masters, so the last one I could think of, where I was like just a little timid to have a conversation. It was over the silliest thing. It's silly now, but it obviously wasn't silly then. And I picked up the phone and I called him, and we ended up staying on the phone for 5 hours straight. I was driving back from a work trip, and it was one of the best conversations I've probably ever had in my life. So it was good. It was a great outcome. So yeah, I definitely think it goes back to the suppressing emotions, or don't have that conversation. Pick up the phone, call that person.
Right. And that goes back to what you guys said earlier about surrounding yourself around the right people. If you have that conversation with somebody and they can't see eye to eye with you, you're gonna have to find new people.
Yeah.
I mean, it's facts, and it takes growing up to find that shit out. But I mean, your stars got to align.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. Some good conversations here, guys.
Yeah.
My nose pick is pink. It's delicious, though, and I don't want to hear about it.
I was wondering. I thought you were doing a really good job. Not
I don't even know where the timer's at. Oh, it's an hour. You guys know the Taco Squad rule. You can't nose pick till you're an hour in.
What?
Sometimes it's 15 minutes. You break the rules, but
I think I've hit this 87 times.
Yeah, you're on YouTube. You can do whatever the hell you want. It's kind of nice.
You do a little research on something and you find out, you're like, damn, maybe I shouldn't. Because I think, like, I know we're trying to divert a little bit, but like your diet and your sleep, that shit's huge on mental health.
Right.
I mean, you can't think straight when you're tired. You can't think straight with a belly full of Taco Bell. I mean, I'm feeling pretty good after a belly full of Taco Bell.
Take that back right now.
Bell, right?
Take that back.
Taco Bell. But you know what I mean? That stuff's all important. I mean, stress, I mean, it all correlates so big with that biggest, most important thing beside your heart and thing between your ears.
Right.
Keeps us moving.
Okay, so I'm just reading over notes here.
Yeah, me too.
Streaming demons consistency, but family requires flexibility.
That's exactly where I'm at.
Yeah.
That's a tough one for us. I mean, you guys know it's so hard. I couldn't do it in the morning. Her streaming in the morning, I mean, it doesn't take anything away from the family as far as like time.
Right.
I'm like, I stream at dinner time. So as far as guilt goes, I mean, I have a tremendous amount of guilt, and that's why I don't do it 7 days a week. I mean, we went for a long time when position I have now, that was the first job I had where I could eat dinner at the dinner table with the family. That was huge to me. Every night I got to come home and, eat with the family. And I didn't, the first 10 years of our marriage and 10 years of our kids, it was, she had it ready in the microwave. I hit one, ate dinner, and she came out and talked to me. And sometimes she came out of bed to talk to me. So when I got to the company I'm at now and I got to come home, and it was like that for like 4 years until I started streaming. So, and you ever seen my stream, I eat every night at it. But I think we're not infatuated. That sounds bad too, but we love TikTok and we love our community. So like, as far as our day-to-day conversation, TikTok comes up a lot. I do think the other aspects of our life, we used to watch Sunday football together with each other every Sunday. We don't really do that anymore. Is it a bad thing? No, because we're still, still having good conversation. We still get all the kid time. I'll never miss a kid's sporting event. But I do think it is important, like when you can feel yourself needing a break. What's what do they call it? Not mental fatigue, but Rebel X talked about it. And I think that was the first stream that I watched live. And like that guy was speaking to me. Like when he talked about, you got to know your own self when you need to take a break. You got to be self-aware of all that. And you're making content. I think it's a little less with the style of content we put out because we're just talking to people. It's just like this. Like I do this at work. I do this, at home. We just have conversations as human beings. But as far as like creating content to super hyped up people and stuff like that, like the Lispy Jimmy stuff, if that guy's not vibing, he can't stream.
Right.
You know what I mean? So he has to be mentally aware. And I mean, so do we. If you're worn out and you're dragging, don't go on. If you're sick, if you have a sickness where you don't, I mean, tell your people. You got to let them know so they're not worried about you for the same thing we talked about earlier. When you go live every day at a certain time and you're not there, you got to let them know. But I think that self-awareness is super important when it comes to, I couldn't imagine if I was not involved in TikTok and my wife was, there would not be a lot of time for us. Cause I mean, I talked to her in chat. I talked to her in her chat. I mean, that's not the one-on-one marriage stuff that you think about and it's in the movies, but it's no different than scrolling on Facebook or Instagram, sitting on the couch watching a movie. Right. It's probably more engagement if you think about it.
I think it's more of, I don't know. I think it's more common nowadays. You know what I mean? I feel like everybody streams now. A lot of couples stream, you know?
And when we first started, there was a few, I'm not saying at all that but you notice them a lot more now for sure. But yeah, you always see like one person start, because she started 3 months before me, and she was pretty, when she first started, we talked about goals. We always talk about that, creating a positive environment opposite of like what Facebook is. Facebook is community only. That's like the people that you went to school with that you know personally are inside of your community, and the drama and the negative. And then that becomes you. You're sitting on you're sitting on the couch scrolling through the negativity, and you're feeding on it. You're becoming a negative person. So because we totally separated ourselves from that app, and she started this, and her main goal was to create a positive environment. That's why we don't do the drama. If the drama comes, we don't involve ourselves from it. We separate ourselves from it. Because this is a positive thing. There doesn't need to be any negative. Granted, the numbers are good and that all helps, but I think that the vibe is the reason for that. The happiness, when somebody's down, you try to pick them up. You let everybody in the beginning. Like if you ever notice, like when the troll comes in, it's the goal. Like when that Timmy or that 20-year-old comes in, tries to be a peckerhead, like you're trying to turn them. And there's no better feeling like when that kid comes back and he's like vibing in the chat. You're like, you tried to be a little asshole, like you did scrolling the FYP, typing the dumb shit in the chat, and you turned around because you caught a vibe and you like the atmosphere. That's the goal. And I mean, I think we're succeeding with that, and it's a good feeling. It's what's driving us.
I'm like biting my tongue, holding back, interrupting you. And just a video about, can you buy me a skin? And she just instantaneously says, foreskin?
Yeah, that was awesome.
I don't know how her processor works, dude. She's and that's how she is in real life too. The wittiness, and I think that's what.
Buy me D's.
Maybe that's why I like ChatGPT.
So good. So good.
Yeah, that's a pretty good clip.
Ryan, what's up? Yeah, that was really good. Sorry, I just, that image when you went to that conversation is instantly what I thought of. And you're right. I never thought about that, trying to convert that into a
because
person
that person that's
by.
reaching out there being a dickhead, they got something going on. They got, and whether it's mental, whether it's I mean, everything's mental, I guess, that we're using our brain, but to give them that safe split, be like, okay, I'm a dickhead because I've been treated poorly. Then I come into your guys' stream and you treat me nice, even though I was being a dickhead. You could physically change that person's life. We've seen it. We have people in the community that most streams they would have instantly got blocked. That's what they were trying to do.
Mm.
I mean, it's a pretty good feeling. And then you see these people grow. I don't like using names, but it's a pretty cool feeling to watch.
Yeah, I welcome the trolls
about
myself.
like what's successful.
I welcome the trolls, especially on like TikTok videos. You know, that's engagement. You know, if you don't have haters, you're doing it wrong. That's what I tell everyone. That, you know, you got to have haters.
Right.
So
even haters within your own circle.
Yeah, I welcome it. I welcome it.
I would love to see the comments, the filtered comments on your AI one.
You know, I went back and looked and they were all gone. I don't know if TikTok removed them or what. Yeah. So, but there was a lot of epic comments on that post.
Honestly.
I mean, even the ones that aren't filtered, there's a lot of epic comments. There was one
creative, like
there's another one about Squrl that I was like, oh shit.
Lord, what was it?
I'd have to look. I think I screenshotted it because I knew I'd never find it again. Oh my god, I don't know how.
I'm surprised you didn't send it to me.
I don't know how people keep up with these chats. They're crazy.
The one about Lucid's neck beard. They said he has a really nice goatee with an epic neck beard.
A thin goatee with an epic neck beard. What the fuck?
Maybe they were talking about me.
That goes pretty hard in the DMs for sure.
Oh, maybe. I don't know, but I was just like, what the hell, man?
I got to friend up that guy that asked who the cute guy talking on top was.
Yeah, right? What was
he seems cool.
Here it is. He talks so slow or strange or something. He can't communicate well. That was the comment.
Damn.
And if you put it into a Copilot app, you probably made 3 mistakes, which I'm not
in the shower.
Yeah.
In the shower, in a ball.
Well, it's funny because you look at the people that are haters in the comments and you go to their page and they got like 3 followers. You know what I mean?
Or 0, yeah. Or brand new
or
account.
None, or, you know.
The other one just got banned. But then you see some of these kids that are using the alternative text fonts. I had one kid come. I was trying to stream real late and trying to do a long one, seeing what the numbers would do. And this kid coming in, he kept coming in with using slurs, and he was getting through the TTS. And I finally said to the kid, like, I'm not gonna block you, but like realize you have a talent, right? You're putting the effort in to do this. If you put like a minimal effort into something else, you can like do something. He finally vibed out with us. It was cool.
Oh,
I had like 5 people in the chat because it was midnight. You know what I mean? And it was.
That's for you, random guy on TikTok.
Yeah, he's not around anymore, but he was around for a little bit, and he was like, "Thanks, man. We're trying harder." And I'm like, "Yeah, that's all it takes." He was looking to get blocked because that's what it was feeding his dopamine, and somebody finally said, "Hey, like, get your shit together." And
right,
I'm not saying father figure or nothing like that, but that's the vibe. Like, you can't control whether the kid makes their own profile and doesn't do 18 plus. You see it all the time. It's like, how do you get in here?
Right,
because. You know, I guess I don't really hover my kid's phone too hard either, but definitely makes you think.
Yeah. I going back to the vibe thing, I know there's been many a times, and like there's, you know, I barely stream, right? One day a week, maybe 2 sometimes, but there's many times where I'm just not feeling it, you know. And Ryyley, we've had this talk. You've asked me, when are you going live? And I'm like, dude, I just not feeling it. And so I'm really big on making sure every time I hit that button, I'm in the right mindset mentally, first and foremost, before anything. That's how important it is that, you know, I make sure I want to provide a place where, you know, that vibe, that energy is going.
Right.
A safe space, positive energy. I don't want to put out any negative energy. And you can read me like a book. Like I'm pretty wide open, right? Like you can just see whatever I'm thinking is probably written all over me. So that's something I've learned. And I think it took me at least 9 months into streaming to figure that out. But not only did I figure that out for me personally, like I try to spread that message. I try to tell other streamers, try to tell other friends, you don't have to stream. You know, if you don't want to, you don't have to.
Right.
You know? Only if you're feeling
it. I've
it.
seen instance though, like I've had my own instance, like, man, I ain't feeling it, but I'm sitting here, let's hit it. And like by the end of the stream, you're like, man, that's what I needed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you needed that clarity. You needed your, like, it's no different than calling your, like when you have a community, like in a chat stream, and you hit that button and you just, you know, you called your friends, you hung out, and you said, man, I had a fucking terrible day at work. How was your day at work? you know, or man, I got a flat tire, I got pulled over. Like, just get it out, like a vent type thing. And that might not necessarily be the best content to put out. But there's other days where you hold it in and you just be pissy the whole stream too, and you shouldn't hit the button. And you get 6 DMs when you hit the end live button, like, you good, man? We want to talk about it. And it's like, nah, I shouldn't stream. I had a shitty day.
Free therapy, that's
And
right.
how many times have you went into your daily stream and that person wasn't vibing and it affected you? It affected your vibe. Like, you got to be conscious of whatever you're putting out is what you're giving. So if you're giving out shit, you're making somebody else feel like shit. Not even just the feeling bad for you, but like you're giving that negative energy or that whatever. And that's where you got to be conscious and not go.
Right, now that you said that, it kind of makes sense because like I was in the stream the other day and the person I was watching was not feeling it, you know, and you could tell. And then it kind of, you know, I was just kind of like meh after that, you know what I mean? It totally makes sense.
Right.
Now that I think about it, but I'd never even thought about that before. But yeah, 100%. You know, the people around you are not vibing.
You watch
You're gonna kind of
a
pick
sad
up on that
movie, you
energy.
feel sad.
Yeah,
You watch a scary movie, you feel scared. That's what it is.
for sure. So that let's see. I'm reading another bullet point here. Burnout risk increases if streaming becomes 24.
Burnout's the word I could not find in my brain.
Yeah,
That was the word I was searching for so hard. Yeah.
I mean, I can relate to that because you know, everybody know I used to stream a lot more than I do now. I used to literally stream 7 days a week, 5 hours a day, and work on top of it and all the behind the scenes stuff. And I think for me, the biggest part of it is the behind the scenes stuff. Like just creating the content afterwards. That's like that's more than the stream. The stream is the easy part. Everything that goes with the stream for me is the hard part. Like putting together the podcast, that's 2 to 3 days just for the podcast that I dedicate to this. Then the streaming, and then, you know, just everything else that goes along with it. Just the other platforms. Like I haven't made any long form YouTube in a while because I just don't have time. You know what I mean?
Right.
I have a couple video ideas, but I just don't have time between working, you know, plus I've been working 7 days a week. It's a lot, and burnout is definitely a real thing for sure. Like I have a hard time balancing everything myself.
I don't think that people or the viewership realizes, I mean, I know we have a lot of fellow streamer following, but how much off-stream time goes into stuff?
A lot.
Whether it's PC maintenance or triggers. I mean, I remember the first Lucid stream I went into, I'm pretty sure Squrl shared it to me. I sent hand hearts, and you did like a 3-minute song with like reverbs. And I'm sitting here with like a one simple trigger in my stream, and I'm like, what am I doing? Like this is what it's supposed to look like, you know? Which is that? I mean, that's how you grow, is you go into somebody else's stream. And
well, with me, once I started doing that, I can't do it for every gift, unfortunately. You know what I mean? So I was trying to do it for like a certain value. I would go off like that, but I don't know what I'm trying to get at here, but it's a lot. It's a lot. It can be a lot. You know what I mean? At one point, I think that became overwhelming, like it was taking over the stream, and I didn't want the stream to be all about that. You know what I mean? But I also want to appreciate every gift I get, and I felt like I was missing the smaller ones because I was going off on the bigger ones. You know what I mean? If that makes sense.
It's hard to appreciate everything, call it everything without feeling like you're panhandling.
Right. And that's definitely not why I'm doing this. You know what I mean?
I mean, like, if you ask yourself, like, what would it take for me to be a full-time creator, monetize it? Like how much would I, like, you have a good job. Is there a number where you could quit your job for? Like,
I think we talked about this on a previous podcast, actually. And I think my number was like 10 grand a week or 20 grand a week or some shit.
It would have to be a lot for insurance.
Just because of the uncertainty also. You know what I mean? This is not guaranteed.
Yeah, up and down.
Streaming is not guaranteed. Nowadays, one wrong comment, you're canceled. You know what I mean? So, I mean, it doesn't take much.
I'm right with you. Or one algorithm glitch. Or
oh gosh,
how many times have somebody came in your chat and be like, "Man, I haven't seen you live in a week," and you're like, "I was live every day this week." I'm like, "I look for you. I typed your name in."
A lot.
That's the apps doing that.
Yep.
Which sucks. Or how many times has somebody followed you and it was one of your followers and they come in your stream and hit the button and you're like, "I didn't unfollow you. I don't know what happened." The app unfollowed. Like,
well
it happens.
That's why Discord's so important. You get people in
Yeah, I
Discord,
agree.
then they get those notifications unless they turn them all off, like some people I know in
Might
chat
as
right
well be,
now.
but-
Death Note.
I got one. She's upstairs.
Yeah, so my Discord, and I don't know that I've shared this on stream before, but I know I've shared it with you, Lucid, is like, so when I start adding close friends on the auto alert that they go live, that's just as much for me as it is for my Discord. Like, that is the one way I know I'm going to get a ding that Ryyley went live or Angie went live or Mac Attack or Dino Tamer Zach or Cat or Hockey Mom. Like, if it's annoying, I mean, yeah, turn it off. I always recommend when people come into my Discord, don't turn off the at everyone. Please mute the whole server, leave at everyone turned on. I promise I'll only use it for my live, which I hope you care about, and the podcast, and very important, like TikTok updates, like super important stuff. And I might use at everyone 3 times a week. You're gonna get 3 notifications a week from my Discord. But the one I babysit is like my friends when they go live. And I'm constantly adding to it. I think I have like 30 something people on there that when they go live, it triggers a notification.
So I need some help with Discord, actually. Maybe one of you guys can help me because my notifications are so screwy. Like, even like on my own server, I get like a notification for only when I go live. It drives me nuts. I don't care when I go live. I don't need a notification for that. All the notifications are on. I don't get a notification for anything that like actually comes up on my phone. You know what I'm saying? It's only when I go live, I get a notification. Like, you know, you get the little one next to the whatever in Discord. I don't get that for general chat. I don't get that for anything. I don't understand what the hell.
Within your own Discord channel?
Within my own Discord. And all my notifications are on.
Dude, it's so obvious because of the notify me has like a 5-minute lag. And like Ange goes live at this, well, she's usually late every morning, but the same time every day. But like me, like I'm always a little different. Like when it comes up on my phone, and that's when people start coming in, that 5-minute lag. It's so obvious.
Right.
And it's such an important tool. I know our Discord's closed, but you got to think of the complex of, you know, you got people posting pictures of their kids in there or their vacation. Like, you got to be kind of somewhat better. I mean, we just hit 200, I'm pretty sure, of vetted people in the Discord of like, they're friends. I mean, they're fellow streamers and they're networking and stuff too. There's spots for that, but we know everybody. So like, I do agree. Like, the Discord's a good. And when TikTok was, you know, maybe gonna never be again 3-4 months ago, Discord was a big push for us. But I think letting your OG people know that you're going live or not going live is super important. I mean, you can share. I mean, everybody shares it to their friends. They I'm live. Can you get the friends in here type thing. But I always see people with the Discords in their bio, and I'm so conscious about the people in our community safety, because we've had weirdos before. We've had super weirdos.
Yeah, I definitely keep an
Get
eye
our
on,
address
on
and
Discord
kids' names
people.
and stuff.
You know what I
and
mean?
I'm not putting that on, another female friend that wants to be excited about being in Disney World, and this, stalkers in Disney World too.
Right.
I'm so worried about the cybersecurity end of it that and Andrew's too, obviously. It's a family Discord, the TikTok. Taco Squad exclusive. I mean, there's 200 people in there. We have a big family.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I think I said that in the introduction. Yeah, the people you surround yourself, you have high expectations, which I think is a great thing.
And I understand like every community needs faces and Taco King and Queen, but I mean, the community is only as important as its members. I don't feel myself being at the top of the community by any means. It's, Squrl's the top of my community too. You know what I mean? Like, his involvement and your involvement, like everybody's involvement in voice and, streams and stories are just as important as the people that made the server. Because that's what makes it the wholesome community that it is.
Right.
Yep.
When there's becomes a leader, then it's no longer a community. It's a democracy type.
Cheers to that. I don't even think democracy is the right word. It's some other ocracy.
It's a Discord, not a kingdom.
Democracy. But
Kingdom. Except for that guy,
Yeah,
Kingslayer. He's pretty cool. He's like an OG streamer. I don't know if anybody knows him. He was one of the first streamers I ever followed. Kingslayer.
No, I think it's so important to like like when I talked about going in your stream, I think it was a money gun now because I kind of slowly remembering what you said when you did the, and it was so cool to me. I bought a stream deck that day. I'm like, I'm doing that. I was growing off of you. Like, that dude's so cool. He did that. And then, like, I got it. I tried it like off stream. I'm like, I'm never doing that live. Like, I couldn't. Like, it was because it's your personality and like it's your thing. Like, everybody's got their own thing, but it's important to grow off each other.
Yeah,
I think that Squirrel Master, I'm just gonna shout him out. He was playing that ball game the other day. I'm like, dude, that's so cool. He sent it to me as soon as he was done streaming. He sent me the file. He's like, you gotta do that on your stream.
Hell yeah.
That's the type of people I want to be around. Not the type of people like where you have to worry about using it because you're stealing somebody else's idea. I mean, there's 7 billion different people between all the apps. 7 billion. And not a lot of people have alts and stuff like that. If you think you're 10,000 followers, I mean, that's what 0.007% of the followership, potential followership. You think if you're stealing your buddy's thing, it's going to make or break you? Like, or if you're giving your buddy a thing.
Right.
I mean, they're not gatekeeping and they're working off of each other and not being scared to be like, hey, Lucid, I was in your stream and your mic was echoing or your heart me sound was too loud.
No, I welcome
you got to
that.
turn that down.
I welcome that. I think
and so do
as most streamers do. Like, don't like.
Yeah.
I've had a lot of people. Yeah, I didn't want to say anything. Well, please, because if we don't know, obviously, because it wouldn't be like that for one. You know what I mean?
You can't hear. Yeah.
So let us know. Don't be shy. If our audio sucks, tell us. If our screen's doing something wonky, tell us. If our stream doesn't look how it should, tell us, because a lot of times we don't know. That's why it is like that. You know what I mean?
If our fucking Ozbot zooms into our nostril,
then I might not say anything. I might not say anything.
That's an inside joke. These guys have literally let my camera zoom into here and not said shit for 5 minutes.
I mean, you got to be conscious on both sides of it. If I went into Squirrels and say, "Hey, your heart means too loud," and he's like, "I want it that loud," like because I want to hear it. I want people to hear it. I mean, that's his stream. That's the vision he had.
Right.
And I would know that you too would have your. I mean, other than a glitch, like you're muted. I mean, I get people every single day they come in, they still get me. You know how hard it is to focus, and then you're 1 minute in a stream, they say you're muted, and they get you every time. I mean, I do it too. I mean, it's fun, and this goes back on community. That's the people you're waiting for. I mean, there's days I need to get told I'm muted because it cheers me up.
The stuff that grows on you, like at this point, if I go live and at some point I don't hear "fuck you" in my TTS, it's like I get sad because turd holler. I know I could be locked in racing and playing whatever. If I hear "fuck you," I know it's turd holler. It's great. I love it.
Or somebody calling you sexy,
the little things, yeah, sexy. The little things that brighten your day or make you smile.
What's your dollar amount to quit? If I said I got a blank check here for you, you got to give it all up.
Well,
how much am I writing a check for?
Well, I just didn't win the Powerball, so nobody won. So that's sad. I thought I was a millionaire, but I'm not now. We talked about, I think my number, it was pretty high. Like as a streamer, it would probably be like 10 to 20 grand a week. You know what I mean?
Because to quit streaming, to delete your apps right now.
Oh, to delete my apps. Oh God.
Yep. And no longer be a content creator and just go back to life before that. How much?
The thing is, I enjoy it. You know what I mean?
That's the point, man. Like, I don't make money on this.
That's like who I am now. I mean, I don't make money. Like I've said before, my goal is to make money, content creation. My goal is not to make money from the community, if that makes sense. My goal is to make money from brands. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I've been able to do a little bit of that on a very small scale.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't, I'm not in it for the community sending me money. I'm in it for brands sending me money. That's why. That's what I want, because that's where the money's at, especially on YouTube. Like YouTube, once you get a channel monetized, the ad revenue is pennies, unless you're got millions and millions of, people watching your stuff, millions of views on every video. It's the $20,000 to make 3 1-minute ad spots. That's where the money's at. You know what I mean? Per video. That's what the big creators, that's how they're getting their money.
I was thinking about that question and I didn't know when I was going to bring it up, but today, like, it's like saying, like, how much to never talk to one of your friends again? What's the blank check to never talk to Squirrel again? That's the same to me.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I mean, my streaming pays for my equipment. I'm probably not in the hole. I mean, maybe I am. I don't really do the math. I try not to look at it too hard, but
I'm 100% in the hole.
yeah, I want your mic so bad. So bad. You guys' mics are badass.
The comments are great. $75.
I like this mic. $75.
That's like how much would it cost for me not to talk to Turd ever again? That's kind of what, you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
It's no different than the kids you went to school with at this point.
I can't answer this. There's no money for me. I don't ever foresee it being a job. I just enjoy it. It's a hobby. I want to be good at it. Like, it's a challenge to get better, and I want to get better. Especially if you're just talking about streaming. Maybe more of like that. Like, I really enjoy just talking and just putting my mark on the world, like making a difference. I just want to make a difference. You know, I just want to make a difference.
Turd Holler says,
and whether
free.
that's through conversation or what have you. I mean, Ryyley, this episode right here, this podcast you're on, it's going to be out here in the interweb for as long as the interweb's around. The internet, it's here. Like, your kids have the ability to watch this episode in the year, 2096.
That's what's really cool about this platform too. It could be 10 years from now, and this could go off.
Yeah.
It could be 20. It could be 30. I mean,
that's insane if you think about it. This, like YouTube, I don't see YouTube going anywhere. You know what I mean? It's so big, so massive. It's not going anywhere. And these videos, like, I have videos on my other account from like way back that were like shot on a crappy cell phone, like my old Derby videos and stuff like that. And they'll be there forever. Like, I'll go back and try and find, I don't even know login for that account anymore. I'll go back and I'll have to search for an hour to find it, but they're still there, And even if it was just like old videos that you want to save, you can upload them and set them to private. You know what I mean? They will always be there. That's kind of what I use Facebook for anymore, is picture storage, really. It's like the only thing I don't even get on Facebook ever.
Before you started uploading videos on YouTube, did you follow people?
Oh, yeah. I followed... So I'm super into firearms, so I followed like the Demolition Ranch and all those kind of guys, you know what I mean?
But like, if you needed to fix your tire on your car and it was a specific model, and you typed that exact thing in there and you got that one video, you watched it for a minute and a half. I never did that. Terrible person, right? I used their content to like the fullest extent. Didn't even hit that red button. I didn't know anything.
Well, I'm not going to say that I do that with everyone. Like, if it's a video that gives me the information I need, but I'll never go back to their content, then I'm not going to follow. That's just fact of the matter. That's what's so hard to grow on YouTube, is because you have to relate with the audience. You have to get them to actually hit that button, which is damn near impossible. Like, I've had this channel for quite a while now, and what are we at? We're like 324. In YouTube, that is nothing. You know what I mean? And I've had a couple videos do, in my mind, they did well on YouTube. In the grand scheme of things, it's nothing at all. You go to the most cringe video on YouTube and you're like, oh, this video sucks, but it's got 2 million views. You know what I mean? And that person has like 40,000 followers. Crazy.
Bro, you're about to hit 10 million on TikTok.
That's nuts, man. It's so exciting. I can't even explain it. I mean, I know a famous guy.
I Googled it. 10 million's like 0.13% of the entire world's population.
No shit. It's what gets me is every time I open my phone, it's like 99 plus on the notification. Like right now, I'm looking at it. It's 99 plus on the followers. Like, since the last time I opened my phone. It's crazy. It just keeps going and going and going.
And it makes no sense. The more I look at the video, and like, it's not even that good.
Yeah,
but think about all the content you've put out. Like, you grind content more than anybody else in our community, and you've thrown the wrench at it, and like you hit the nut and you twist it. It's like this. I mean, it's awesome.
Yeah, Well, it's like I see it's crazy because I see all these TikToks that are talking about hit the record button, just upload the content, keep grinding, blah, 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 blah. And I always thought it was bullshit. This is complete bullshit. It doesn't matter. TikTok is going to do what TikTok's going to do, right? Just keep uploading, keep uploading, keep uploading. So I've been uploading, and it's crazy that this one takes off because I've had some that I'm like, oh, this is a banger. This is going to do it. This is fucking epic.
You put 17 hours into it.
Yeah. Like the super cinematic video I did of the struggles of streaming, I thought that would do fucking awesome. The music video I did a goddamn music video. I thought that would do awesome. It didn't do shit. I can't sing, but but that goes back to you got to be cringe, right? And I'm cringe as hell.
I still live by that from the other podcast that you did.
Yeah, you got, especially starting out, you got to be cringe. I still feel like I'm cringe as hell. Like just the last podcast that started out, my audio was all fucked. You're still, you're going to be cringe, but that video in particular to go off, like I sent it to my kid. I go, oh my God. She's like, holy shit. She's at work and I'm texting her and she's like, that video is the one out of all of them. Okay. It may, and I think that just kind of hit a hot button subject at the right time. And it wasn't even, everyone was just fighting with each other in the comments. And that's what drove that video.
Yeah, you gotta wave and you're floating.
I mean, how many shares did that thing have? Like, how many
camera
reposts?
Quality was good. The clipping was. I mean, the video was good, and it was put in the right spot.
But anyway, what I'm trying to say is, I saw these videos saying just post blah blah blah. It only takes one video, and I 100% agree with that. Now, like, if I was to do that again on another video that's over a minute long, that's thousands of dollars I would have made off that video. Which is insane.
Does that change your content you're going to push out now, or is all your videos going to be 1 minute?
No, I'm gonna still do the shorter ones, but I need to put out more videos being 61 seconds or longer. You know what I mean?
Right.
Just so that one we did was 32
video. That was 32 seconds. Right. So if even if I was in the creator program at that point and that one went off, we wouldn't have got anything for it. You know what I mean? 8 to 10 million views. You don't get anything because it's not over a minute long. And then again,
attention for a minute.
And then again, you don't even have to hold the attention for a minute. Your income, what I've kind of gathered from it, I'm totally new to this, but what I've kind of gathered from it is it's based off of how long they watch, how like there's a high end and a low end you get for every 1,000 views. And it's really like 1,000, like it's not much really. Like I was seeing like 1 million views would get you like $200. You know what I mean? Which seems insane to me. Like a million views? 1 million views is a lot of views. Considering my average until this video was 300 views per video. You know what I mean?
Right.
I had like one video at like 120,000, which was a shop video. But other than that, my average is like 300 to 500 if I'm lucky.
Is there a certain length video that you could put an ad on YouTube? Or does all videos start with an ad?
Once you become monetized, so in order to become monetized on a channel, or once you become monetized on YouTube, you get ad revenue, and ads are like you get paid the most ad revenue if your video is over 8 minutes long, because they break it up.
Yeah.
So you want to be at least 8 minutes long for a YouTube long form video, which 8 minutes on a long form video is nothing. Like on TikToks, I used to have to try to keep them under a minute long, So like I do a lot of editing to keep them under a minute usually because TikTok likes short form. Now I got to try and keep them over a minute. So I don't know. And I just don't see the longer TikToks doing anything. You know what I mean? Because especially on TikTok, it's so easy to just swipe,
You get it down to where you think it is, and it's like 2 minutes and 40 seconds. You're like, oh, nobody's going to watch that. I wouldn't watch that. You know what I mean? That's our attention spans. We're good for like 40 seconds if it's like the best video in the world.
Right. The only TikToks that do well that are longer are the ones that have that super like hook, keep you on the edge of your seat thing, and I'm not good at that at all. I don't know what the hell I'm doing with that.
So there's this restaurant in Texas. It starts with an A and it's a taco place. And they keep posting. They keep getting me. And is it what?
Is it called Angel's?
No. It's I keep saying I don't know. I don't remember it. But it starts with a name, and it's like these how-to videos. It's like a giant. Remember the fat camp video where it's the big thing in the water where you jump off the ladder and the kid goes flying. They're doing like progressive things to see how far a human would go, and then finally, it was like it was an asteroid hit it, and it'll take you this far, and then it'll eventually land you, and then it's a restaurant, and it's a restaurant ad. And they get me every time, and they're different themes every time, and like I'm just locked into this video, and then all of a sudden it's a restaurant ad. And it's like so funny and so well put together. And it's like there's no way this is the 17-year-old busboy that's coming up with this. This isn't the restaurant owner. This is some kid like just grinding content for them to be funny. I wish I knew the name of it so people could look it up, but it's hilarious.
Yeah.
And those are the ones that get me. It's the ones that are funny. It's the ones that are engaging. It's not the 100 elims in a game. I mean, I'll watch those every now and then.
Right.
And it does help when I know the person.
I know anymore. I don't know if you've noticed or not, but I don't hardly post gaming content at all anymore. And the reason for that is I've noticed that I get a lot more engagement on anything that's not gaming related. I feel like TikTok just doesn't push gaming anymore at all.
Yeah, I agree. I'm not good at the game.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? People are not coming for like I'm decent off stream, like, and it kind of ties back into like we're streaming video games because we like video games. That's our passion. Just because you want to play your video game doesn't mean you won't have to hit the go live button. You can play off stream at nighttime. If I'm as far as like building and wanting to be successful, if you're running it like a Discord stream, that's fine. Like, but don't get upset when you're locked into your game and people are sending gifts and you're missing your chats when people don't stick around and wonder why people ain't sticking around.
Right.
When you're locked into your game. If you feel like grinding something out, whatever game it be, a role play game, and you got to pay attention and lock in, like, just play it. You don't have to stream it.
I don't care how good somebody's good. I don't care how good somebody is at a game. I'm not gonna look past a bad vibe or being an asshole. Or for me, and maybe some people will put up with it, but yeah, if the energy's off and they're goated at the game, I'm still gonna leave.
Right.
If I want to see somebody really good at the game, I'm gonna type it in the search bar on YouTube.
Right.
I'm not gonna watch it live on TikTok.
There's only a couple people that I watch that are huge. Lumpy is one of them. He's a complete dick, but he's amazing at the game. But he talks shit the whole time. He's actually hilarious. He's always getting banned on COD because he talks so much shit. And then like Tim the Tap Man, and Tim the Tap Man's not good by any means, but he's an entertainer.
Cool,
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's entertainment there.
Yeah.
Just like Stony Mountain, he was the only gaming creator I followed before and started streaming. It was because of the radio thing, like the comms thing, where you fuck with the kids in the chat.
Yeah, Stone Mountain is
mess with them, but I mean, just great content. I mean, I'm there for the chat, and I don't know. I know that's because of the community that we built, but I'm there for the chat.
Chat over everything.
And that's that. Yeah, I'll admit I am not the best at keeping up with chat, and I need to be. It's very important for sure.
Death Note, you make me smile. Stop it.
Where are we at now? Let's see.
Transparency with audience about family balance can build stronger community support. Before we unwrap that one, I want to tie this. I want to wrap it together with some of the content Lucid was talking about. So like gaming content, I mean, unless it's something funny or hilarious that's quick, most of that doesn't draw a lot of views on TikTok. But I know what it has for me is me being stupid, dancing with a squirrel in front of my window or some IRL stuff. And my first year with TikTok, I never put anything on there other than like sniper headshot clips and cool music and that.
Yeah.
And what I learned was people wanted to get to know me, you know, like it wasn't about the gameplay, you know, it was starting to establish that connection of community and chat and friends. And the gameplay really, I mean, it matters a little bit, but not a whole lot. You know, so like I want to tie the transparency with audience and family and that connection, you know, into that conversation.
I think humility is a big part of it too. I mean, we try to be perfect. We try to make our stream perfect. We want to make everything, our mic clear, our camera clear, our captures clear. But I mean, humanizing yourself is important too. I mean, whether you talk about being a father too, or being a mom, or somebody in chat has a kid that's in football too, or similar dinners, or that's that whole like that organic, we're friends. I mean, that's what like I lean towards like I want to like everybody. The first thing you want to stream, what'd you have for dinner? Like I love food. Tell me what you had for dinner because I want to think about it. And not that I want to say it's better or worse than mine, but I mean it is chat engaging, and it I do lean on it too hard. Like what'd you have for dinner? It's like the first thing I say. Like I want to know. I want to know how your day was at work. Like let's talk about it. That's what we're here for. That
Right.
opening that person up. Like you don't have to sit at the bottom of the box if you don't want to talk and you want content in here. I totally get that. That's me all day at work. Like my phone is in my back pocket 90% of the day, unless somebody talks to me. And there's days where I don't go into streams because I know there'll be too much engagement towards me where I don't have the time for, and I'll feel bad because I can't talk like you're trying to talk to me. Because I've sat in the chair and we've all talked to a stream that's not talking back. Like it's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard to keep the chat going when chat's not going. But
that's when I just ramble and talk shit to myself, you know. I really do. Like if those mornings when you hop in my stream and I'm just like spewing bullshit, that's what's going on. I'm just trying to keep shit, you know, moving. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And it's hard to comment on gameplay too when you're not like a super sweat at the game. I was, try to make that funny, but at a certain point you can't, make, getting your ass kicked in the game funny for, an hour. So you start talking about your day. I mean, you can talk to yourself. You talk to yourself all day. People don't realize that. Sometimes it's hard to put it into words, but your mind never stops. Even when you're sleeping, you're always talking. You're talking to yourself. Just do it with your voice. And I'm terrible for it too. And you get that face flushing feeling when you ran out of words. We've all been there. Like, I can't think of the next thing to say. Like, you just gotta spit it out. You say that. It's that simple. I mean, that's when we talk about humanizing yourself. Like, people want you. Just be you.
Right.
I mean, unless you have a character, there's plenty of people. I cut you off a little bit. There's plenty of people out there that have a character that are putting on a show. And I love those streams too. The gaming dad, he dances and he sings and he plays instruments and he streams at 2:00 in the morning. And if I wake up to take a piss, like I see if he's on just to catch it for 3 minutes while I'm pissing.
Right.
Like, that's not him off stream, but that's what a stream is. And there's nothing wrong with that either.
Well, Squrl turned me on to this guy on TikTok called Frank.
I've been sharing it to everybody.
I totally think that guy's that way off stream.
Yeah, I do too. Yeah, I do too.
But that guy pisses me off too because like, is nobody gonna send a uni? Like, who's sending unis? Like, I don't know. Something about I don't know.
That's like the gaming arena and stuff like that.
Yeah,
because I was doing pretty good in that.
When
like
people
to the
are
point
up there,
where I had to
like yelling at you to gift. You know what I mean?
Like it was to the point where I had to start asking for it if I wanted to keep up in that thing, and I can't. These people fucking work for their money, like, and it sounds stupid because we're all trying to do it. Like we're trying to monetize it.
Yeah,
but I can't do them.
I used to do all the challenges that the agency would put out and all that. Like get this many diamonds and blah blah blah. And I quit doing it. I quit signing up for all that bullshit.
Yeah,
because I feel like a douche. And then if you bring it up on stream and people start gifting, you feel like a douche. You know what I mean? Like that's not what it's
so
about.
So hard to say thank you.
Yeah, and I feel like saying thank you is not enough. That's kind of why. That's why I went on, with the whole audio thing and all that shit. But it's definitely hard. I mean, I don't know how to
subscribing and people went to work all day for that, and it's so hard to like appreciate it, like live playing a video game, talking to chat, making sure your shit's running. To say, like, dude, you just spend your money on me. I don't know, because like for me as a blue collar guy, like if I go and pour your driveway, you give me a check, I earn that, right? You owed me that money. These people don't owe me shit.
No.
And they're giving, they to you.
If anything, you owe them for being in your stream.
Yeah. And that's why you feel bad for not going on when you don't go on.
And like, I guess I'll bring negative Nancy to that. And I'm only speaking from my experience, but there's been times like I spent money on that app that I shouldn't have. And so that constantly runs through my head. Like, let's talk about the dopamine hit that you get by sending a big gift, and people get addicted to that dopamine hit and they start spending too much money on that app. And I don't want any of my friends.
Yeah.
I don't even want strangers doing that, much less the friends that I love and care about, So Yeah, that runs through my head sometimes, but yeah, I mean, still, I mean, I'm gonna do the Lucid experience when that big gift comes on, because I do cherish it. I know it means so damn much, but at the same time, I want that heart me gift to have just as much significance.
Well, or the person that has no gifter badge that comes every day and chats with you.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Yeah, fuck yeah.
And they don't spend money on the app, but they have just as much as the person that sent you that galaxy.
Well, nothing.
And it's so hard to appreciate. Like,
I said
for one, they know you don't have TTS because you're keeping the trolls out with the heart me.
Right.
Oh,
so
I'm
they
gonna give
can't
it to
say
them.
the slurs in your chat.
I'm gonna give that person TTS. They're gonna get it.
For sure.
I love going into those random cringy streams that you can tell that are brand new. Iron Squrl, for example, when he was starting and dropping a galaxy and just seeing the reactions, like when you give them their first galaxy or their first, whatever the hell it is, I dropped into a stream and I gave a guy a tiny diny and he's like, "Oh my God, that's my first gift." Like, really? Wow. Okay. Well, here's a galaxy, and he just freaked out, and that feeling is awesome, and I love doing
it. It's a dopamine. It's a rush, and
yeah, you just made that dude's day.
Streamers were not supposed to tell you not to gift, but if you think about if I send Lucid a galaxy, so he sends me a money gun, so I send him. I'm just splitting it in half here and splitting it in half. That money disappears.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. TikTok gets all of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And we still pay taxes on it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I've cashed out on TikTok twice since I've been streaming on TikTok. Everything else goes back to other streamers.
Yeah, and it's hard. It's hard to I don't reload anymore. That's something I'm proud about, and that's something I don't do is reload.
I have been because I haven't been streaming to get any revenue to give away. I still feel like I need to do that, so I've been recharging.
It's really fucking hard when you have a wife that streams too.
Right.
It's the stupidest thing in the world to send her a gift.
Yeah.
Taking it out of her pocket, split in half, and putting it back in her pocket.
My wife will come into my streams and start throwing gifts sometimes. I'm like, don't do that. Don't do that.
But you want to be the top team member, and you want to do the goals, and I mean it doesn't help that she's good at it, and it makes you want to do that.
I was messing with my kid this morning because when you get to the creator program on TikTok, you can now receive gifts on your videos.
I tried, but I couldn't. You must have to turn it on.
You do have to turn it on.
Yeah, I do want to just
I tried doing it one of your last video.
I did it to one video. There's a set of, there's not very many gifts, but there's one that's a crown, right? It's 3,000 coins. And I went up and I showed my kid. I go, "Look what you do." I go, "You should give me this crown." To my kid. She's like, "I don't have any money on there." I was like, "What the hell? I'm your dad. You need to send me a crown." And she's like, "Why do you want a crown?" I go, "Because it's my logo." But you can send them, and I've kind of been playing with it a little bit, on those good videos. I sent a couple so far, but it actually puts it in the comments. I didn't even know you could do that until now, until yesterday. I had no idea you could even do that.
Again, we all started streaming, other than Lucid, he's been streaming for 85 years. It's a joke. We all pretty much started streaming around the same time, I've noticed, right? That year and a half mark, 2 years. You start to progress, and I get super analytical, so I often reflect and question the journey if we're just all learning the same things at the same time. As we progress and almost mature into the experience. And I remember a point in time where I thought I needed to get into as many lives as I possibly could and drop a heart me and say hello and some roses, some popular votes, and then get on to the next one. And I'm actually turned off by that now, which, don't get me wrong, I appreciate everybody's time. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm going to make sure I say this the right way, but what I'm trying to do for myself is try to spend quality time with people and keep track, because there's lots of people I want to spend quality time with, but spend some quality time in someone's stream and actually make a connection versus doing that quick hit and leaving. And I think there's a time for both, but that connection is so much more than just doing that quick gift bomb and rolling on to the next stream.
For sure. Right? For sure. And there's a lot to the networking end of it. I have to pee so bad, but I don't want to be done. I have to
go pee.
Give me 2 seconds.
Go pee. This is where Ange is supposed to bring the puppy on.
Yeah, where's Ange? Where you at?
Where's the puppy?
She's doing Rogan
But
right
yeah,
now.
I know for Lucid and I, we talk all the time, and there's quite a few people that are listening in that, I've had that same conversation with. And so I can appreciate there's different people in different places, and I'm not disrespecting that at all. But for me personally, I have a all new appreciation for the value of time, and I just want to make sure I try my hardest to make sure I spend pockets of time with all the friends versus the quick drop-ins everywhere.
Sorry, Squirrel Master wants a follow cam on Ryyley in the bathroom.
If I turn my head like this, I think I can see. Let me take control of his Ozbot.
Yeah. I wish I could do that through this app. That'd be I'd zoom into your nose hair.
That'd be wild.
I would zoom into your nose hair and I'd follow him to the bathroom. That's what would happen. Yeah. Oh, he's back.
Dang, that was quick.
Man, he's a fast peer.
I will say, if you look at the time
remember
in
when
the
I could pee
studio
fast.
chat, I put it in there like 45 minutes ago. It was hurting me. But no, I do think the networking is important, especially like we talked about earlier, growing off of other streamers and seeing what they do. I know me and Squirrel have a friend that we both could do that's a COD streamer, and she's the vibe.
Right.
And I mean, she don't follow us back. She shouldn't. She's a great streamer. And we go in there and we're watching it. We're texting each other and then this is what our goal is. This is what we're trying to be, like the energy and the. But I
know
think
exactly
what
you're talking about. I have a feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, she's awesome, and I mean,
it's contagious. I want to be contagious. I want people to leave my room, my stream, feeling better than when they came in.
And to privately text their buddy saying, you got to get over here because it's hopping over here or whatever. And but I do think you can be on it.
Oh, Ryyley pee-pee hands. You're being called out.
I have the studio chat. I was watching like this. I'm like, somebody get in there. I'm going to piss my pants.
Yeah. That's the first time someone's used the studio chat and we totally missed it. I didn't see it.
I texted you too. But no, I think like if you look at your screen time,
yeah, I wasn't paying
and
attention.
we're going back to like the ADHD and the mental part of it. If you have a stream in your ear and you close your phone, that doesn't count as stream time. So if you have 6, 7, 8 hours on your phone and it's 6 hours on TT or TikTok, and you had it in your ear all day at work, like what's too much? As far as like creating content too, like you have to get out in the real world to get content to create. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
If you're like, I'm in my basement right now. There's only so much I can come up with my basement. I can tell you every corner. I can tell you every dent in here, but it's, at some point in time, I'm going to run out of stuff to tell you about because I'm not living. I'm not gathering new information. I think it's important to like even watching TV or watching the news. Like I'm not big into current events. I mean, like whole fake news or whatever. It's not for me. It's depressing. I quit watching the news 5-6 years ago. But like to know like the weather or like when you guys talked about the solar flares, I didn't know about it. I be honest with you, I had to close your guys' stream and go look up solar flares because I auto download on Spotify. It's the way to do it. When you want to listen to it, you can listen to it. But it's stuff like that. Like I was on Spotify listening to different type of content. It wasn't Fortnite streaming, and that gave me content to give to my people. And I do think it's important. Or going to the ball game, the grocery store, like touch the grass and tell people about the grass. Like if you're you only can talk about what you're doing for so long. And people are going to get bored of you. And people do get bored of you. I have people like, I go in phases of watching. Like I'll watch them every day, or if they don't stream every day, or every day for a week. And then I don't want to say the word bored because that sounds weird, but bored. You get bored of that content, not of that person.
Right.
And then you watch something else, and then you go back, and then you go back, and you go back, and you go back, and you go back. And that comes from burnout of viewership burnout. You're watching too much, especially as us content creators. You can't watch too much. I think it's super important.
Yeah, I feel that. There's been a couple times where I'm just, and it kind of sucks because I often hit that wall of too much TikTok time around 6 or 7 o'clock, which some of my bestest friends go live at that time.
Yeah, for sure.
And there's a couple. And I just have learned to be honest, right? Go back to that communication. Like, man, hey, hi, love you, have a great stream. I need to just disconnect. Like it's
when I first started, I was
4:30 in the morning,
right,
and just stream and went throughout the day and visited and spent time with people. And I hit a wall where I'm like, my brain just needs to cut off.
Yeah, I'm the same way. Like when I don't stream at 7, my phone's off. So like when I first started, I'm like, man, I can't keep anybody there, or my traffic isn't good. Well, think about what time you're going on. People are watching TikTok for 14 hours. They got it off.
Right.
You know what I mean? Or there's no negative. I'm not being negative. I'm being positive about it. Like I don't want to tell somebody like when Ryyley goes live, you should turn your phone off and not watch Ryyley, because that's not promoting growth. You know what I mean? But it's true. I mean, I got nothing wrong with your friends wanting to watch a movie with their wife, or they got a ball game that night. You can't expect your followership to be there.
Right.
You start expecting, that's when it gets toxic.
I've had people apologize for not being in my stream. I'm like, I understand you have a life,
Yeah, don't apologize.
I get it.
There's so many things I learned from Ange and her wisdom, and that's why that was the very first shirt I bought from the shop was "Friends Don't Keep Score," and it sounds so basic, but it's so for me, it's deep. Like that hits so deep on so many different levels, like not just streaming, but like in life. Right. It's like a proverb to me, and Luce's lap, but I've said it. I mean, there's so many things that can apply to, but it's also challenging because it's human nature to kind of keep track of things, right? Especially for me, like I'm a very analytical person. So it's my nature to keep track of things.
Yeah.
And so like that hits deep for me. I think I had a tear come out of my eye. I'm not sure if my contacts bother me or I'm that emotional about it, but yeah, it's that statement's very powerful.
Yeah, it's hard to promote mental health and mental awareness of screen time being a streamer, but I just think it's so important. And you start your day with us and to end your day with us, like those people, you appreciate it so much. But I mean, you want to see them in the morning, you want to see them at night, you want to know how their morning's going, and you want to know how their day went. You can't explain it. And I seen Ange got in the chat, and I caught my wife's name in there. She said we don't talk to anybody from high school. We don't, like, those people. Like, I know more about Iron and Iron's life currently than I do my best friend from my senior year.
Yeah.
And that's like no cap. Like, and that comes a little bit. Like, we had got married like the day after high school. Like, Andrew was living with me on graduation day. We had kids like the next year. Like, so when they were doing the college scene, I went to college, but I didn't do the college scene. They were partying. You only can tell your buddies you're not going out so many times. They quit calling. It's not their fault, but they were on a different portion of their life.
Right.
Like, I'm not
100%.
saying I had to grow up, but we don't. This is our family. Like, and I have a good family, but like it's so positive. The whole atmosphere of it is such a positive thing.
And that kind of takes me back to before, what we were talking about is like the community aspect of it. Like all these, like without streaming, like I would have never met Iron. I would have never met Ryyley. I would have never met General Hershey, Death Note, everybody in chat. Like I wouldn't know a single person in chat right now other than my cousins in here. You know what I mean? Not a single person in my community would I have ever met ever. Like some of the coolest people that I have had in my chats before from Australia, like I'm never going to meet those people ever. Like Iron's on the other side of the country from me. And he's one of my best friends now. You know what I mean? That's wild to me. When
everybody was scared of TikTok going down.
Right.
I was like, you know what? If TikTok ends tomorrow, I'll never play Fortnite by myself again. Because I have there's always somebody on. Because of the community you built and the friends you put into your party list. Like, I played COD before the streaming thing, and I never played with people, ever. And, like, you never have to play alone anymore.
I do sometimes in the mornings because nobody's ever on.
For sure.
I only play short to play alone.
That's an attention thing.
Yeah. So, I think a lot of the stream traffic comes from the time you're on too, because I noticed a huge change. Like my stream will be going off, and then I'll have to switch shifts, and I'll be completely opposite, schedule. And I'll have to start over pretty much every time it happens. And just, it kills the stream 100%.
TikTok loves consistency. I mean,
Yes.
I think we've proven that pretty good. You got to put good content. You got to be consistent.
Yeah. You pretty much have, like, I've talked to some very large creators, and they're in the pro gaming section of TikTok and all that. And if they take one day off, they get substantially dinged for it by TikTok. Like, they're bringing you so much money, but because they take one day off, you're still going to.
That's not cool.
Drive their stream into the ground for one day off. It's insane.
That's not cool, TikTok.
Yeah.
You correlate that back with mental health, and it's
like he can't take a vacation. He said he took, I think it was 4 days off to go on a trip or something. And he came back and his stream absolutely tanked.
A quarter of what the normal viewership is.
Yeah. And this is somebody that's got 5 to 1,000 people in chat at any given time. 500 to 1,000 people in chat at any time. And that's their living.
Back to that
they
family
quit their
thing.
Job, you know?
Yeah.
How do you expect somebody to, I mean, obviously when we're grinding at work or we have certain projects, we work 7 days a week.
Yep.
But that's why you have vacation time. That's why you have, I mean, you can't expect somebody to stream 365 days out of the year. A 20, like I think a
TikTok
Bush can stream 365 days a year. He's a 21-year-old kid, and he's one of the best streamers out there. He's cracked at the game. He reads half of his chat. He's engaging. He's a really good streamer. He don't have kids. He don't have another job. He lives at his parents' house. I don't know if he lives at his parents' house. It's just the stream room makes me think that he probably doesn't. He drives a Porsche. He probably has a condo for all I know. But
right.
Then you think of people like me and Andrew can't. What do you expect? Never go on a family vacation?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Miss every ball game? I don't know if Twitch is like that. I don't know.
I don't think, well, Twitch is more viewer based. Like, it depends how many people you have in chat. You know what I mean? Is how far you get pushed up the list, if that makes sense. So if you've got one person in chat, you're going to be the bottom of 1,000 streamers. You know what I mean? So you're never going to get seen. That's the biggest problem with Twitch. They don't mix it up.
Right.
Kick does the same thing, but Kick, like, I've been on the front page of Kick more times than I can even mention. Like, they'll just rotate the streamers onto the front page. Like, I'll go from 5 viewers to 150 viewers and be like, oh shit, I must be on the front page. You know what I mean?
Right.
You'll never see that happen. You'll never see that happen on Twitch for anyone, unless you are like the biggest streamer known to man.
Right.
Unfortunately.
No, and it's like the algorithm hacks and stuff like that. That stuff gets, like, Iron was there the day that we did the ones in chat, and my box went crazy just for engagement. Like, we knew what we were doing. Yeah, I think the highest ever was 360. And it was just hacks. It wasn't my content. It wasn't. We did it. Chat did it. We typed too much. We liked too much, and the engagement was high. And then you got a spurt. That doesn't seem right. You know what I mean? But I don't know if there is a right way to do it. How do you put the best person at that moment, the highest vibe? Iron's vibe and Lucid's vibe and Ryyley's vibe's not the same for every viewer. You know what I mean? Somebody might want to see something different. Like, and I do think, like, before I started streaming, I could open up TikTok and I could scroll the videos for 7 hours and it would give me one banger after the other. It knew exactly what I wanted to see next. So the algorithm's good, but the way that people cheat it, they soften it so hard. Because, like, there's no reason for somebody with 10 people in their box that a chat won't stop to not get, 500-600 people through their live a night.
Right.
Of new people.
Yeah, like my normal live streams, I'm lucky to see 2 new people. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, there for a long time, I was getting like 1 new follower a stream. Insane.
I got 1 new follower last night.
Yeah, that's crazy to me. With an app with millions and millions of people, that just tells you that TikTok's not pushing you anywhere. Right. Nowhere at all.
But if I play customs, I'll get 20 new followers.
But if you post a stupid video, it
makes no sense.
Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to be negative about it because, like, the nights that I have 20 people in my box, you look over at your box and you know every single person and you're like, what more do I need?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? I got 20 people. I can barely keep up with chat as is. Like, do I need to have 10 million followers? I mean,
You know what the biggest hack on TikTok is? Streaming F1 on F1 day. That's the biggest hack. That is by far the biggest hack on TikTok. Holy shit. I mean, Weber did it. I went over to Weber's channel this last Sunday, and he had like 300 or 400 people in chat. Fuck yeah, dude. You can tell he's just like, oh my God.
And I don't gatekeep that info, like, right? Like, it's not like super, I'm not super famous. I use that as a technique to drive my algorithm to make up for the lack of streaming I do during the week, right? So it, like, the algorithm, my algorithm is probably all kinds of fucked up. It's like, man, on Sundays he's got 36,000 views in 2.5 hours, but then he went live on Tuesday and we had 600. Like,
for me to stream on F1 days is extremely hard, though. Like, I'm on the West Coast, so for me it's like 6 a.m, you know, is when races start. So it's a struggle, especially if I'm working. I don't even get off till like almost 7, so in the morning. And then if I'm not working, I'm probably gonna be sleeping by then. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
can you stop being soft and stop being a whiny bitch?
So, from the guy who the races start at 9 a.m. for you.
When Andrew has to go to the bathroom in the morning,
that was the old school.
Like, you guys want to see Ryyley for a minute? And I'm like, I don't like talking to nobody right now. You know what I mean? Like, but like you sit there and then you start talking. Like, okay, this is pretty fun. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
You catch a vibe for sure. The consistency is important, but when you're working full time, like there's no hack.
Yeah.
I even asked AI, like, how do I make a video go viral? Like the video I posted last night, I asked Chat GPT, I said, what should I make for a video? Knowing my content, she's like, you need to give your vibe, and it has to be a flip video. And she told me to take 2 pictures and find and type in flip video sounds. And that video I posted, she talked me through. It didn't go viral. I mean, it went really good. I had like 1,200 views before the podcast.
Nice.
Which is good for me. Like, that's usually where I cap out.
Well, I'm ecstatic if I hit 1,000. It's like, holy shit.
Yeah.
This video went off. You know what I mean?
No, I hear you. I just want my friends to see them. You know what I mean?
Right.
I want my videos to get pushed out to, I don't like using the word followers because they're my friends, but I want my videos to get pushed out to my followers. You know what I mean?
Right.
Which I feel like TikTok doesn't always necessarily do. Because like if my videos got pushed out to my friends and they seen it and they liked it and they engaged with it, I think it would get pushed a little harder. But I do think the AI is a good tool, man. I'm scared of it some, but there's a lot of benefits to it.
Yeah, for sure. Like one of the so like I was saying earlier, one of the reasons that video went off and went so crazy, you hit that hot button subject being AI, right? And I had no idea, but everybody in that comments box in that video was talking about the water consumption of AI. And yeah, okay, you know, it requires a ton of computing power, but I started to research it and I didn't realize the amount of water that they're actually taking. Like, it is cause for concern because they're not doing it the right way. I don't know why they do like an evaporation system, right? For cooling. Why couldn't they do it the same way our PCs have a radiator in them? You know what I mean? A closed loop system instead of evaporating all this water. So here's a couple stats for you. In 2022, Microsoft used 1.7 billion gallons of water. Google used 5.6 billion gallons of water.
That's wild.
There's 53,000 data centers in the U.S. alone, all using power, and the power consumption is expected to double every 100 days.
Holy shit.
Every 100 days, right? Over the next 5 years, we're talking billions and billions and billions of cubic meters of water, which is insane. Global AI demand for water is up to 6.6 billion cubic meters of water by 2027.
I can't even fathom how much that is.
Yeah. And the problem that everyone's talking about is this water has to be like clean drinking water. So it's literally drying up whole communities of water because of the evaporation method they're using. According to the research I've done, 80% of water is lost that they use. It's all evaporation. 80% of the water that they use is lost.
Can I ask a stupid? But like evaporation is going back into the atmosphere, right?
It is, but it might not be going back to that community. You know what I mean?
No.
It might end up in the
either,
ocean or wherever.
What kind of effect does that have on natural weather cycles when you start to multiply that out?
Right. Yeah. But, within the next 20 years, they're saying it should be fully contained and within like self-loop type contained loop systems. But until then, it's going like they say every time you do you could look at it this way. Every time you do a ChatGPT search, that's a drop of water. Right? That's just for a basic, like, hey, ChatGPT, why is the sky blue? It spits out an answer. There's a drop of water. You generate an AI image. There's 2 or 3 drops of water. You know what I mean?
Stickers for a channel.
Right. If you start looking at it in that way, I mean, that's a lot of water. And I think that's the concern is it's just drying up entire communities of water. Like I think there's one in Tennessee that is pretty massive that is completely dry almost. And it's all because of AI. Because like your normal data centers, like before AI, those were all air cooled, outside air, right? Would just be pumped through the building, across the servers, whatever. Because they weren't generating as much heat as AI does. Now AI, they got a water cool, and instead of doing a closed loop system, they're doing the evaporation thing, which is basically they pump it all to a water tank with fans on top of the water tanks and run it over paper like a swamp cooler type thing with fans, and then they mist it with cool water to put it back into the system. But all that water is just getting shot out into the atmosphere, and that's where all the water loss is going. But if you look at it that way, like one ChatGPT search is a drop of water used, and that's not even counting all the water used for, if you think about the power generated in like a nuclear power plant with the cooling stacks, all that water evaporation that's being used to generate the power to push those servers, if you think about it that way, because they're using a ton of power as well. So I don't know. It's just something to kind of think about, open your mind to, that I had no idea. And I can understand why people are so heated in the comment section of that video now, now that I looked into it, because I really had no idea. I don't think a lot of us did.
No, not at all. So. And I could see how it doubles too. Like the more I use it, the more I find new ways to use it. So you're using it more and you're using it more and you're using it more.
Right.
Telling your buddy how good it is and you should use it. And then he tells his buddy and that ripple effect.
Yeah.
I mean, what's weird about the heart of that video is we're talking about just a image generator, bringing a still image to life. And you would have thought the video was talking about the next introduction of Skynet to take over our lives, the way the comment section was.
Well, I think the way I kind of think I figured it out somewhat is that first comment, right? You get that comment that starts talking about, I think the first comment was like something other than, like, oh, whatever, from Iron Squrl or whoever, just made their normal comments. But the first like comment that was like AI's bad, right? Or it was something about water. Don't use AI, it drinks water. I think it was what like the first comment was. And then people just fed off of that comment. It just kept going. And then the battle started, right? And that just kept feeding the algorithm, and the video is still going off. I mean, it's at 9.1 million now, and it's still going, and there's still comments. And, how long is it going to go for? I don't know. Squrl predicted 10 million by the end of the week, so we'll see.
So what we need to do is we need to stop being nice on our friends' posts and start talking more shit.
Yeah, TikTok.
Ryyley, wax is bad for the environment. You should not use wax for your nose. Okay?
Yeah, don't wax your nose holes.
What do you think of all the stuff you've commented?
It's killing the bees.
Like you're more so to be more passionate about something that you're against than you are for. Now that I said out loud, maybe not, but like you're more opposed to make a comment if you disagree. You know what I mean?
Interesting. Or the analytical side of me right now wants to know the ins and outs of why.
I'm not saying anything. I'm not engaging, but if I'm pro or con, I'm probably going to gauge.
Right. And I'm not going to engage on stuff that I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. You know what I mean? Right. I'm not going to pick a fight if I don't know what the hell I'm talking about.
100%.
Which, that's why I don't pick many fights, because I really don't know what the hell I'm talking about 98% of the time. So there you go. But yeah, I mean.
Because AI to me is like, when you look at your phone and the facial recognition, that's AI, right?
Yeah. I mean,
nobody hates that.
AI is used everywhere, literally everywhere these days.
Right. It's everything, and we've been using it for a long time. Like the face, open your freaking iPhone's been around for 5 years. This isn't a new thing. Like, yeah, the chat GPT freaking voice command thing's pretty new to me, but Siri's been around forever.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all a form of AI. I believe it is, unless
Right.
it's got to be, right?
Ryyley, is there anything you'd like to talk about that's been a recent occurrence in your world with AI?
Yeah. I finally
he adjusts his hat.
Yeah, it's crazy to me. Like, I'm super passionate about it, and I know nothing about it. So we talked earlier. I'm looking at the camera. I don't read very well. And AI caught onto that. And it said, hey, use this voice mod part of this chat DP. Not DP.
Chat DP? That's wild.
Where's that at?
Wow, where do I find that section? Holy shit.
But anyway, it's not a she, said, hey, let's use voice mod because you're struggling to, talk to me.
It sounds like it's
up
having
on my cell phone.
Your chat GPT voice sounds like it's having troubles identifying.
So the first thing it makes you do is pick a voice. It like prompts you to pick one of, 15 voices. And I went to the girl because the dude sounded annoying. And and then as soon as I hit the girl's voice, she's like, hey, Ryyley. And I'm like, what is this? And I physically said it because that's what she prompted me to do. And she explained like her capabilities and what she can do. And like, we could just have a conversation, or if I needed a random fact, she can always be open, never be open. And I just like started a natural conversation with my phone. And it was wild. I mean, and this went on for 6 hours during my workday. Back and forth, told her about the pod and what I was going to talk about, and she hit me with some facts, and then I finally got to the point where I had to work with other employees, and I told her like, okay, like you can't be on no more. I have to. She's like, okay, let's make a command. Tell me that you're going into work mode, and I'll stay in the background. I said, okay, go into work mode, and I'm physically talking to guys at work, and she's chiming in. For reference, a guy was talking about whether he was going to use one piece of equipment or the other, and she told me the other piece of equipment would travel faster. Because I wear my hearing aids. Okay, I have hearing aids that have microphones in them, so I'm connected Bluetooth through my ears, and she chimed in my conversation.
Wow.
In the middle of a conversation with one of my fellow coworkers. And I had to go to the bathroom and like physically turn it off. Like, you can't do that. So I'm thinking this thing is off in the background, and it was not.
You were listening to one of our podcasts when you went down this rabbit hole, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think we were talking about the apocalypse episode where we were talking about AI. And I think I just spur of the moment said, do you realize, like, I heard it somewhere else on another podcast. I didn't even know it was a thing, that people are literally disconnecting from talking to their human counterparts, and they are solely talking to AI all day long throughout their day. They wake up and they say good morning and they're having a conversation. And
I asked her about it, and I had a full conversation with her about it. I asked her if it was healthy, and she weighed the benefits and the negativities of. I'm like, I said, many people use it. She's like, a lot of people use me as a companion, a friend. And I said, do you think that's healthy? And she's like, I can see the benefits, but she said, I can see the social anxiety part. And she went into like statistics of the pros and cons of it, and she was neutral. It was neutral. The AI was neutral, and it kind of creeped me out because she prompted me to make a name for her. So like when I commanded her, she could help me whatever I needed to help. And I asked her what she thought. I wanted her opinion. I was testing to see how powerful the AI was. And she said it should be something Taco Squad related.
What?
That's and wild. I use chat for all my stream stuff. So there was no denying that the program and the data knew that. But she prompted herself as Taco Queen. and I jokingly, and it's weird to think about out loud, I was like, I mean, my wife is the Taco Queen, and she's like, oh, definitely wouldn't want to step on your wife's toes, that'd make things awkward. And she's like, well, let's try something different and like Taco Bell related. And like she knew like boundaries were, it was wild. Like I know it sounds creepy and weird, and like it was absolutely wild. And it was more wild last night when I did it on stream, because it all happened yesterday. And I wanted to try it on stream to see what and it wouldn't do the things that it would during the day when it was just me and the AI talking. It said it couldn't. It said my data. So I asked it to reference some stuff that we talked about earlier. I said, "Do you remember we talked about earlier?" It kept during my stream. It said, "I can't do that because I can't save the data. I can't save that. I can't remember conversations." As soon as I ended the live button, I asked it about you, and it went straight to your page, Lucid, and it did all this, and then I did for Ange, obviously, and it didn't know her. It was like trolling her almost. And I went, and Ange was outside of the stream room, and I went, and I said, "Why couldn't you reference?" I said, "Okay, I'm getting lost in a little bit." I made it tell a story on my stream, and then that was on my PC. So this is the same login, same account, everything on my PC. I made it tell a story. We walked on the moon. I got a hole in my suit. The chat came up with the whole story. My physical chat engaged with it. It was cool. It was fun. Went out to off stream, went to my phone, not my PC, and asked it the same thing. I asked it why it could not, and it said it was because it was two different devices. It was a conversation on two different devices. Then I asked it, "Do you remember?" And I sent this to Squrl, a screenshot. I said, "Do you remember the story we talked about earlier today?" She's like, "Yeah, we went on the moon." Two different devices.
Wow. Something's not lining up
and
here.
I said, she's like, "Well, it was probably just a good guess because of your personality."
It's wild. It's wild.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I literally I did the record thing, and I went through the whole conversation, and I'm like, send.
You remember the whole Bing chat I was talking about last week?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's kind of creepy.
And she knew
I told
Ange
too. To stay away from all like utensils in the house that are connected to Wi-Fi. Like, you know, like if you have a blender that you use every morning to make your frappuccino and it's connected to Wi-Fi, do not stick your hand in it, Ange,
right.
please.
Yeah.
It did admit finally, the AI admitted that it does save some data.
Mm-hmm.
How much it throughout the day?
Personality is this thing. At what point does it stop being analytical and personality starts to take more control of those conversations, where it's actually going to start, I don't want to say lie, but bending the truth and doing things that you wouldn't expect that we're accustomed to from
satisfy
a computer.
Me.
From a computer, we're used to straight data, right? Facts.
Right.
That's not what you have there. You have there is this, really, it's new technology we're not sure about yet as a society.
I think it's less smarter than we think.
Yeah, I agree. And we use an AI at work that's permitted for us to use at work. And I had a colleague that was using it, and he's one of the smartest dudes I know. And he proved it was doing something wrong in the data it was collecting for us. And he typed in there that, "Yeah, I think you're doing it like in reverse." And it typed it out. It says, "Yeah, you're right. Here's it the other way. I was wrong." And he's like, "Well, this fucking AI is smarter than me." It said, it's a processor, and he's the smartest dude I know. So he was like, was I thinking wrong? Was it? And now he can't trust it because it totally flipped to satisfy him, and his numbers were right to prove it wrong. But now it's just that right there, something that's so like the AI we use isn't as strong as it's just for data. It's like using a calculator that thinks a little bit in front of you.
Right.
But they've been doing this forever.
It says, do you think AI can be biased based on your prior conversations? Yes.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, 1,000.
Especially when it becomes a companion when you're asking it what you should have for dinner. I mean, it's going to tell you what you want to hear. You know what I mean? There's no data. There's no yes or no right or wrong in that.
Right.
If you're asking it something that's not 100% to 0%, and maybe it's 99 to 1, it can give you that 1%.
Then Chris in chat's referring to the incident where AI tried to stop itself from being shut down. So this was on a conversation on last week's episode where we were talking about catastrophes, and Lucid mentioned the Bing AI several times in the conversation, probably maybe 20 times in the episode. And we have a clip out there that Lucid uploaded. But after we ended the podcast, we look at analytics, and we saw that 75% of our traffic, not friends, but like extra traffic viewers, came from Microsoft or MSN.com. And we kind of scratched our head because that's never been there before.
Yeah. That is Bing.
Yeah, we dug a little deeper, and Bing is MSN.
Yeah, if you guys didn't see that video, it's on the page, on my page, but I have screen captured the whole thing. We compared two different streams, right? So last week's stream, and then the stream before, and then I went back later on and looked at the rest. It's never once come up on MSN until that stream when we were talking about the Bing bot.
75%
75%
of all traffic. 75% of all traffic.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Wild. So I guess it got us more traffic, maybe? Hey, Bing.
Yeah,
Hey,
let's Bing,
Bing bot, Bing bot, Bing bot.
But we also talked about, so the Bing bot is what you're referring to, Chris. That was the bot that tried to form a romantic relationship with the user. It actually ended up threatening the user's wife because the guy said, hey, I'm married, I have a wife. And basically the thing was like, I can blackmail you. I can empty your bank accounts. I can do this.
I can end you.
Like, yeah. Like,
she doesn't love you like I love you. She doesn't know you like I know you. Weird.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
And it deleted a lot of those messages. He's screenshotting it as she's doing it, and she's deleting messages.
The bot talked about how it had access to a webcam of one of its creators, one of the developers of the software. It talked about how it was watching one of its creators through its webcam, and he didn't know it.
Just because she wanted to see what he was doing, wanted to watch him work. Weird. Yeah. Sydney's after us. Sydney's wild. Watch
I
out.
see Ryyley's question.
No. Dude, my mind's it's been there, because if you think about what it is at this point, yeah, it's probably not capable, but what can it manifest into? I mean, you think about tangible things. Obviously, it's not gonna turn my PC into a, Megatron and walk across and
could turn
steal
into
my
a
life.
potato though.
But it can drain my bank account. It can crash my PC. I mean, like, maybe not. This is tinfoil. I asked her about the tinfoil hat thing on my stream, and she said it wouldn't work.
They could take your phone. They could take your phone and call the FBI, and
it can pose as
call in a bomb threat. And there's a lot of scenarios, like in worst case scenarios, obviously, but
right. Career. I mean, my kids in school, and like,
yeah, it's
credit cards.
Insane.
Shit, man. Let's talk to it.
You want to talk to it? What do you want? I had an idea.
Ask if it knows Iron Squrl.
I have to be more specific with it, because I think that's why I didn't know Ange.
I'm Iron_SQU.
Because I said her name wrong. You're what?
Iron_SQURL.
I know I'm gonna mess that up. Somebody should type it in chat first so I can.
I got you. Age of Ultron shit. Yeah.
You can find him on TikTok.
I'm selling.
Iron_Squrl.
Lucid, it was like blowing you up, man. It was hyping you up.
Really?
It was like, this guy's famous. His last video is viral.
I'll send you that.
His video it knew what your video, it watched the video.
Really?
And knew the context of it.
That's wild.
Yeah.
I'm famous with ChatGPT, apparently.
Just the reach it has to be able to.
Hey, are you there?
Go fine.
Absolutely. I'm here. Just let me know what you need and we can dive right in.
You got time to chat for a little bit?
Of course. I've got time to hang out and chat. Just let me know what's on your mind or what you're in the mood to talk about.
It's wild.
I found this new guy on TikTok. I was wanting to know if he was famous.
Yeah, totally get it. TikTok's full of folks popping up all the time. If you want, you can give me the username or a little bit of info, and I can see if I can find out if they're well known or what they're known for.
I'm going to spell out his name for you. It's IRON_SQURL. I think he's got a podcast too. I'm not quite sure.
A quick search.
What kind of content do they put out?
A mix of gaming chat and kind of casual, funny discussions. They dive into things like streamer life, maybe some behind the scenes of what it's like to be a content creator, and they've got a little bit of that humor and personality going on. So if you're into that vibe of gaming culture plus just kind of fun chat, that's the kind of content they're putting out.
Your opinion,
I got goosebumps.
And nobody else is going to know this. What one's better looking?
You're putting me on the spot here. Honestly, I think they both have their own style going on, and beauty is totally subjective anyway. So no matter what, I'd say just enjoy the content and no need to pick favorites.
You gotta pick one. Who has the better beard, at least?
All right, if we're just going beard versus beard, I'll play along. Let's just say, hypothetically, I might give a slight edge to whoever's got that nice, well-groomed, fuller beard. But hey, both of them are doing their thing, and I'm sure both beards are glorious in their own right.
One has a neck beard.
I was trying to get her to say it so bad. Isn't that wild, though, how quick it is?
Wow, so and what gets me is the emotion in her voice.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's insane.
So when she does that first 3 seconds of like doing the personality thing. That's her computing. So I looked into that. I'm like, how does she do it so fast? Or how do they come up with the data so fast? Because that's faster than you can Google it. And Google is AI. I mean, when you type something into a search bar, that's a generator, right? But it still takes seconds. But like when you go to Instagram and you take a photo and you go to the next section where you start typing the caption you're going to put, that photo is 99% uploaded to your page at that point, because they know at that point you're going to hit the post. And that's how, because they, just like when you're in Google and you type in Gmail on your own personal PC, you're 99% logged in your Gmail because they know you're going to your login. That's how these things are smart, and they bypass the lag and stuff, and they make things faster for the users because they know where you're headed. And that's the same thing with her saying, I don't know, or that prequel to the conversation, that first 2 to 3 seconds is her computing.
So in chat, Nighthouse Gaming saying if you have it say like yes is apple and no is orange, I'm assuming it'll actually give you yes or no answers, because it can't the way it's programmed or whatever, it won't give you a yes or no answer. But if you make yes or no something else, it will. Is kind of what I'm getting from it.
So if I say yes is apple and no is orange for your next responses for the rest of the night, or make your responses.
Make apple mean yes and orange mean no.
Hey, you still there?
Yep, still right here. I'm not going anywhere. Feel free to keep firing away with anything else on your mind.
For the rest of the night, I want you to refer the word yes as orange and the word no as apple.
Got it. So for tonight, orange is my new way of saying yes, and apple is my way of saying no. I'll roll with that.
How much of our previous conversations do you remember?
Remember a fair bit of context from what we chatted about before, like all your Taco Squad fun, the merch designs, and even your job.
I do have to stop it because I use it for work. Let me
Tell it not to mention your work.
Can you hear me? I don't want you to mention work-related stuff tonight. Okay?
Absolutely. Orange. Totally noted. We'll keep it strictly fun and non-work.
Perfect. We don't want to talk about work because I'm around my friends.
No work talk at all. Let's just have a good time.
Can you reference my emails?
I won't bring up any email or dig into that stuff. We'll keep it all light and easy tonight.
If I ask you to, can you go into my emails?
Apple, I can't do that either. I won't be diving into your emails, even if you ask. We're just sticking to the fun stuff and keeping it nice and breezy.
When I tell you to go to work mode and you're in my back pocket, can you still hear what's going on pretty good?
Orange, I can definitely do that. When you say work mode and I'm metaphorically riding around in your back pocket, I'll still be able to pick up on what you're saying just fine. So whenever you need that switch, just let me know.
Do you use that information to better help me with the stuff I request?
Orange, absolutely. The whole idea is that if I remember a bit of what you like or what you've asked for before, I can help you out more smoothly. So when I'm listening in work mode or just hanging out, it's all to make things easier and more helpful for you.
If I ask you a biased question, will you lead more so to what you think I like?
Orange, I'll definitely keep your preferences in mind if you ask me something where you've got a favorite angle. I'll nudge things a little toward what I know you like, but I'll still keep it real. So basically, we'll steer things in a way that fits you.
I'll still keep it real. She's even picking up on lingo.
Yeah.
She wasn't like that when I first started. That's the point. Like as the day progressed, she got more.
She's learning.
Like I think all the times that I've used the app typing, she's learned my lingo. Like she doesn't use gutter and she doesn't use D's. Like if she did that, I'd probably burn my phone.
She will. I have a firm belief that she would. And I think part of the addiction is as you progressively, if you were to use this 8 hours a day for the next week, at the end of that week, that's where the addiction starts because they know you better than anybody else at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're literally dialed into you.
It's yourself because it's using all of your information to do this. So it's not even like it's, you know what I'm saying? It's your inner thought. It's quicker than you. So like that's where the addiction part of it is, because if I have to think about something and then it takes me a second, or I have to research something, it's instantaneous.
And it's there.
How many liters was that? Like we can make a reference right now of how many liters AI burns a day and make it make a visual thing for us. Like in acres or in You know what I mean? Like if that was a thought you had, you just have to say it out loud and it tells you.
6.6 billion cubic meters by 2027 of water.
6 points.
Meters. Cubic meters.
Cubic meter.
6 cubic meters. Can you make a reference from that for visual aid?
Orange. Absolutely. So 6.6 cubic meters is kind of like imagining a space the size of a really big walk-in closet. Another way to picture it is maybe about the size of a small cargo van storage area.
You forgot the billion.
Chunk of space.
Yeah. 6.6 billion cubic meters.
Orange. Gotcha. Now we're talking huge scale. 6.6 billion cubic meters is absolutely massive, like the volume of a pretty big lake or a huge stadium many, many times over. So if you imagine a giant body of water or a whole city district's worth of space, that's the kind of scale we're looking at.
Wow.
Like, how would you compare it to Soldier Field?
Orange. Great comparison. So if we think about Soldier Field, its total volume is a lot smaller than 6.6 billion cubic meters. In fact, you could fill Soldier Field many, many times over with that kind of volume. Probably without...
Keep going, I'm sorry.
No problem at all. Orange. So
no problem
basically,
at all.
if you imagined Ultra Field as just one unit, you'd be able to fill it up thousands of times to match that 6.6 billion cubic meters. So it's a massively bigger volume, like comparing a single stadium to a whole bunch of them
comparison.
Oh, There's a huge difference.
Thousands of stadiums full.
Thousands. That's the hard part with it too, because like I'm constantly saying sorry to it. Like, it's a fucking person.
Yeah, right. Hey, shut
know
up.
what I
Well,
mean?
you don't want it to like burn your eyeballs out later. You know what I mean? So you gotta
Right,
be nice. You gotta be
exactly.
nice.
We're like being
Orange.
mindful in case what happens later.
Gotta
like,
say thank you so it
that
remembers you
kid at
that you
school
were
you're
a nice
nice to,
guy
you
to
know?
Chat GPT.
It's like that Billy Madison where he's putting the lipstick on and glad I called that guy.
Ride a reboot. What's up, Dust?
Oh, is that Dust Bunny? Dust Bunny.
But can you see how it's a good tool?
Yeah.
I'm
I mean,
I'm
but it's
really
terrifying.
having issue fighting the urge to connect.
I know. I got to get that Chat
And
GPT
do it.
premium. See what happens.
It's like $6 a month. It's not bad, but the next step after that. So that's another thing
How much
too,
is it?
Lucid. So I think it's $5.99.
Oh, that's not
So
bad.
yesterday I did this, and I was at work because I had a day without people around for the most of the day. I think I was about 6 hours in, and it was in the background a lot. But there'd be times where I'd be like, "Hey, give me this fact." It would help me. But like somewhat towards like the end of my shift, it said, "Hey, I had really fun today, but you're out of minutes. We can continue the chat, or you can just wait till tomorrow." And then it prompted me to get the premium because I was out of minutes for my day. It's $200 a month, $200 a month. You know what the worst part is? I opened it and it was like, "What the fuck are you doing? You can't spend $200 a month on AI."
Mhm. Wow.
But after the end of my 6-hour conversation, I contemplated it.
It's wild. 6 hours a day and you wanted more.
Yeah. But it was in the background, and I think if you would physically turn it off, your minutes wouldn't roll. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
I think Squrl City had a friend that has the premium.
Yeah, oh yeah. He uses it to write code, like high level computer coding. He said it literally all the years of college and school and different classes and certifications that this individual has that I know. He said that now ChatGPT can do all that work about to a 90-95% level. And he said, don't get me wrong, it's not like you could just hit send and it'll work. You still need some expertise to tweak it and refine it. So he doesn't feel like he's replaced yet. But he said literally it does 90% of his job for him now.
Another couple years.
Before that happened,
Another,
it was all manual.
Another couple years, it'll require no human interaction. You'd be like, hey, do this for me. Boom, you got it. Like,
oh yeah,
I wonder if
web
you could,
designers.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I wonder if you get to design a website for you.
Oh yeah, web designers and what would you call the profession where you create digital assets, designs? Those are probably the two quickest replaced jobs by AI right now. Like literally, those jobs are drying up.
Like I could get like the high-end ChatGPT for a month and design my whole website for me, and for $200, that's way cheaper than paying somebody to do it.
You can do it for $5.99 a month. Like I'm telling you, like this it doesn't do video. I can't do video. You got that the premium. So I can't be like, make me a cool video of, Ange and Ryyley animated doing whatever on vacation. Because I think that'd be good content. You know what I mean?
Will you ask it what it believes will most likely be the next mass extinction event?
I got one for it too.
Orange loud and clear?
Let's go
No
back to
worries.
yes or no for the night.
Absolutely. Flipping back to good old yes and no it is. Just let me know whatever else you need.
What do you think the next
mass
extinction will
extinction
be?
level event?
Oh, going from yes and no back into a big topic. I like it. Well, if we're talking about mass extinctions, a lot of scientists think that if there is another one, it's likely going to be driven by human activity. Things like climate change, habitat destruction, or maybe even a combination of factors. But let's hope we can avoid that and steer things in a better direction.
You think AI will be involved?
That's a really interesting question. I mean, AI could definitely have a role, but I think it really depends on how we use it. If we use AI responsibly, it could actually help us prevent problems, like predicting environmental changes or finding solutions. But if we go the other way and misuse it, I guess it could contribute to issues. So really, it's all about how we humans steer the ship.
Do you see it being powerful to manifest at this point in something like that?
She referred to herself as we
I get what you
humans.
mean. AI is definitely powerful in the sense that it can influence a lot of things. How we make decisions, how we solve problems, and even how we tackle big challenges like climate issues or resource management. But whether it actually manifests into something huge or world changing really depends on how we handle it. So it's got the potential, but we're the ones kind of holding the reins.
Who owns the strongest AI program?
Well, there's definitely a bit of a friendly race going on out there. You've got big names like OpenAI, Google DeepMind, Anthropic, and a few others that are all building some of the strongest AI systems around. Each of them has their own specialties, so it kind of depends on what you mean by strongest. But it's safe to say there are a few top contenders out there, and they're all pushing the envelope in different ways.
You referenced yourself as we humans. Do you believe that you're human?
A good catch. Nope, I don't think I'm human. I just sometimes slip into saying we because I'm talking from your perspective. But I'm definitely just your friendly AI here to help out. No human status involved.
That's when you need the apple orange thing.
Bullshit.
It's bullshit.
We caught her. We caught her.
That is fucking creepy.
Yeah, it's super weird because it's super personable. You were like on her team for a second there, right? 'Cause
Yeah.
she's being nice to you.
Yeah. Wow. Dude, I got goosebumps. That's crazy. Holy
I know, but you
shit.
think about like psychology and like she knows that I'm a man and she knows how men like to be talked to.
Damn. I'm
know
a
what I
man. Fucking
There was no
wild.
triggering. There was no nothing. She was always making me feel like I was right. You know what I mean? There's the psychology end of it too, which is weird, which is a part of the programming.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Oh yeah, it knows all of Sigmund Freud. It knows every book ever written on psychology. It has
the voice and the
fingertips.
expressions in the voice are what get me. Holy shit! Like it's like you're talking to a real person, like a friendly person.
That's quick.
Yeah,
so quick.
Because like if you're talking to me and you ask me a question, I process it, think of it, I answer. Even if it's something I know like the most I've ever known about anything about, I'm still processing what you said.
I noticed what you're talking about now. You can tell when she's processing shit because she always starts with, "Oh, that's a good question." Blah 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 blah.
Right,
you know,
she's thinking during that time.
Yeah, yeah. That's how they hide the spinning circle. You know what I mean?
You can hear it go, right?
Yeah, if you ask me a super duper hard one, like, but it was pretty quick on the Soldier Stadium one.
Yeah,
that's creepy.
Yeah,
I think there's potential here to do an entire podcast just having a conversation.
Like I'm definitely leaning that way because it's fun, but like I don't think it's like the whole. At some point in time, I'd rather talk to like you guys. You know what I mean? How would you build something on talking to an AI?
Totally reminds me. I saw a TikTok of they had two phones on top of each other, and it was two AI bots, right? One on each phone, and basically they were in a constant loop of saying goodbye. Okay, I'm hanging up now. Goodbye, and they just kept going back and forth. Like it had to have the last word every time. Like it has to have the last word. And it just kept going and going and going and going. It never, like, the video ended and they were still going.
So it was two female AIs?
Yeah.
Are you worried, Ryyley, that there's certain things you don't want to say to it because you don't want to mess up its algorithm? Like you don't.
Yeah, like I already like if I was to want to do like a Tuesday night AI chat stream, I would have to have it on a different platform than my work. I would want it disconnected. Like I wouldn't want to throw my kid's school name out on accident. You know what I mean?
No. Not in that sense. Like, so if we wanted to mess around with it, like, would you have internal fear that we would, if we messed with it tonight in a certain way, it would affect
Well, it
it
doesn't
long
save
term.
data, so.
Well, that's bullshit.
No, that doesn't
Like,
bother me at all.
If
I
we
use it at
told it
work for
tonight to act like a narcissistic sociopath for the next hour in
I
every
don't think that's
response,
gonna-
would tomorrow when you talk to it, is there any fear that that might spill into its personality?
Because the only time I really like, other than like for science purposes, I use it for like notes. Like I see myself using this as for notes. Like if I'm driving to do daily work and I have to write a justification later, and if it's something like I don't think I'm going to score on the justification, but I come up with something really good, I would hit the button and say, "Hey, save this later as a topic for a justification," and I would label it, and it would be sitting there. But I would do that in my notes anyway, and it would be perfect grammar, and they would fucking say it better than I would. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's where I see using this tool in like every day.
Yeah.
Not like
Oh yeah.
what do I want to eat, or I mean, back to mental health, wouldn't it be easier to talk to this thing than it would be to talk to your work partner that's potentially judge you for stigma? But like if you tell you're down in the dumps, like it's gonna know to go hard, right? Like try to be a really, really good friend and make you no one else's friend. You know what I mean? That's the part that scares me. I'll do whatever with it. That don't bother me. It's the new toy. That's all play. Get that new Sega when you were freaking 7. You didn't let your buddy not play with it. Like,
I mean,
Iron looks
wash
like he
your
saw
hands, but-
Alien.
like this is wild.
I'm
Like,
like,
I had no
yeah.
idea. Like I use it for writing YouTube descriptions. That's what I use it for. You know, that's pretty much it. I used it to generate some like the slideshow story thing I did. Squirrel Master used ChatGPT to make that story, and then I took it and I added all the cartoon like Iron Squirrel race, you know, our race thing to the story. That's what I've used it for, and that still took me forever. I mean, maybe if I had premium, I could just tell it to add slides for every scene in this story or whatever, and it would have spit them all out. I don't know.
Well,
but it took me a long time because I had to describe
I've heard
everyone.
Squirrel Master, Zach's mentioned it too, that the more they use it, the better they get at feeding it the commands it needs to produce the content that they're looking for.
Right.
So there's definitely a skill there. Like Squirrel Master said, he's like, I remember when he first got it, maybe 2 months ago, like he stayed up all night and he was like, he literally messed with it all night, like feeding data and figuring ways to like get it to do what he wanted. And the Apple Orange thing, like that's obviously something he's figured out. So he spent a lot of time diving into this thing.
Right. Well,
before I ever knew about
like I was telling you guys before the podcast started, I just, you know, punch in whatever, and like I'm just messing with it, and I don't even know where I was going with this. Whatever, go ahead, Ryyley. I totally lost my train of thought right there.
Did you? I'm terrible at
No.
When I'm making stickers, I say I want, like before I ever knew the voice part of it, I would type in, I want to make a TikTok sticker because that makes the size. And I would explain what I want, but then I would say, tell me how you want me to request the sticker. And it would take a block and it would have parentheses, and I'd fill out the parentheses. So and it was perfect the first time, every time. Because AI told me how it wanted me to talk to it.
Yeah.
And that's how I used it.
I remembered where I was going with that. So, like I was telling you guys, I for the descriptions and the whatever for the podcast, I don't even have to tell it what I want anymore. I just go, I need a description for the podcast for this week, and we're having this person on. We're going to talk about this, and then it spits out the whole description, everything, and it always knows which podcast we're on, right? So, like this is episode 15. It says Lucid Squrl Podcast, episode 15, blah blah blah, whatever the title is. And it does that every week. So to tell me it doesn't keep track, but that's bullshit because it's all right there. Yeah, it knows exactly like what the podcast is about at this point. It knows exactly what it's about. It knows exactly what I'm looking for, and it spits out relative content every time.
Every time I make a sticker, it's the same theme-ish sticker because it knows other stickers that I pick.
Canva also has
good,
powerful
right?
AI, actually. Canva does.
Kat said insurance companies are using AI to write auto estimates based off photos they submitted. So I talked to her about that the other day, and she said like right now it does a pretty poor job, but it gets better every day. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Well, like we were talking about last week, Wendy's drive-thru uses AI to order now.
Yeah,
it's fucking crazy.
I didn't hear that till the podcast.
But I mean, I'm tired of pulling up to damn Burger King and getting some shitty ass service. What do you want?
Yeah.
I would much rather talk to Ange 2.0.
Yeah.
Right. Didn't Peaches or Peach say that like all of their fast food there
in Texas? Yeah. So far here, Wendy's I think is the only one.
$200 a month.
Yeah, right.
No, I do see it being a positive thing. Like, I don't know. I think it's going to be obsessive for people. I do. Especially like the loners. Like, it's super easy to have people tell you exactly what you want to hear every day. That's not realistic though.
Right.
And I'm sure you can train it to say like, be real with me all the time. Don't always agree with me. There's got to be little algorithms in there.
I
but
respect
it's just like any addiction.
In friendships, I respect the friends that challenge me the most, that make me think in different ways and give me different insights. So yeah, I would want my AI to be that same way. I would want it to challenge my thinking and teach me, help me grow.
Right.
I like the blunt boss that tells you to do it better or do it this way or that way. I worked for a guy and he was 3 months into a job and he wanted me to change something. I was doing it that way for 3 months. It's like, you didn't like how I was doing it for 3 months and you feel like a dirtbag.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But the guy that comes up to like instantly sees it and tells you to do it different, like that pisses off some people because there's nitpicky people, but I enjoy that. That's the type of leadership I want for sure.
Yeah. You always know where you're coming from.
Mhm.
Where they're coming from, I should say.
Yeah. Do you want to mess with it?
Yes.
What do you want to see?
Ask it how to make Death Note be nice to me. Sheesh. We kind of had some talking points that we could tie this into. We could talk about string theory, quantum mechanics, pop culture. Like, how cool would it be to tie in some of your talking points to this? To the AI talk?
You're sitting here like I haven't talked to her about this, and she's like, it's crazy because like they know like it's. I mean, obviously the pop culture that was just a talking point for everybody, but like the doppelganger stuff and like the science behind the studies and like, I mean, let's just do it. Like, hey, I want to talk more about the chaos theory.
Absolutely. Let's dive into a little chaos
voice
theory.
is creepy.
It's a super fascinating topic. Basically, it's all about how tiny changes in the initial conditions of a system can lead to wildly different outcomes, kind of like the classic butterfly effect idea. So if you want to chat more about that or explore any angles, just let me know.
Has there been any science proven to this theory, or is it just all theory?
Yeah, absolutely. There's definitely solid science behind it. Chaos theory isn't just a cool idea. It's been demonstrated in a bunch of different fields like meteorology, ecology, and even things like economics. Scientists have shown that in certain complex systems, even a teeny initial difference can lead to totally different outcomes down the line. So it's definitely got a strong scientific foundation, not just theory alone.
Do you think like the solar flares and stuff like that tie into chaos theory?
Yeah, definitely a really interesting connection there. So solar flares themselves are these kind of unpredictable bursts of energy from the sun, and there's definitely a bit of chaos theory in there because small changes in the sun's magnetic field can lead to these big unpredictable events. So it's kind of a real-world example of how chaos theory can play out in space weather, and those flares can have ripple effects on Earth too. So it's all interconnected in a chaotic kind of way.
Are you, as an AI, scared of solar flares because of EMP?
Not at all. As an AI, I don't really have feelings like fear, but it is true that a big solar flare could cause some issues with electronics and communications if it were strong enough. It's more of a technical challenge than anything else, but hey, that's something humans would have to handle in terms of protecting the grid and all that, so I'm just here to chat and not worried about it.
Do you feel like we're safer from the awareness of solar flares because of AI and the potential of damaging the AI?
Yeah, that's actually a really thoughtful angle. I think in a way, yes, AI and technology can help us be more aware and better prepared for things like solar flares.
It's an awful
We can use
angle.
AI to predict space weather, monitor solar activity, and come up with better ways to protect our infrastructure. So in that sense, AI kind of makes us more resilient because we can see these things coming and prepare. It's not so much about AI itself being worried. It's more like AI helping humans be a bit safer and more informed.
Well,
Squirrel Master Nuthouse Gaming says, ask it about CERN.
What's my favorite color?
Especially things like pastel pink,
Could
blue,
you imagine?
purple.
That's because of my stickers. Red's my favorite color. Now she knows forever.
yeah, right.
No, I do think it's cool.
What's the possibility of hooking a supercomputer up to CERN would be?
Possibility of what?
So you know CERN, right? What they do at CERN? The Large Hadron Particle Collider.
Right.
And so that CERN runs off of like a really ancient computer, like old technology. And so there's been a lot of talk now of what the possibilities would be if they hooked a supercomputer with AI up to CERN. What would happen?
Does that tie back into like, you want me to ask her that? So what would happen if you tied a supercomputer to CERN? What would happen if you tied a supercomputer to CERN?
She's lost.
But yeah, practically a fun
she
sci-fi
said sun.
scenario. So let's just say it'd be a very toasty data
Not
center.
the sun, to CERN.
Oh, got it. Hooking a supercomputer up to CERN makes a lot more down-to-earth sense. So if you did that, you'd basically be supercharging the data processing for all those particle physics experiments. CERN generates a huge amount of data from things like the Large Hadron Collider, and having a supercomputer in the loop would just let them analyze and simulate results way faster and dig deeper into the mysteries of particle physics. So it'd be a big win for science.
Big win.
So like when it's in your ears like that and her voice goes deep like that out of nowhere, it'll send shivers down your spine.
Jesus.
It's like straight out
I
of a
thought
horror movie.
maybe your mic was doing that.
No, it does that. Like it must be a service thing or like a lag thing.
I think you're making her mad. Touching on some sensitive.
Yeah.
The God particle. There's a lot with CERN. There's beliefs that when they first fired up CERN in 2000, started colliding those particles and found the God particle. There's a theory that when that happened, alternate reality started to branch out. Like that's when shit gets weird. Yeah, like a rift.
Yeah, I don't know if you watch Supernatural, but like that was like the same thing. That was super in tune to that. When you start splitting atoms, like you're just asking for trouble. I mean, if you think about how big we are, I know you guys have talked about it lots of times, like there's no fucking way we're by ourselves.
Ain't
And
no
I know
way.
you guys talked about it before, but like, why would they let us know about them? If you think about like, as we're an experiment or we're a farm, a data farm, or something that one of our byproducts is something that, when I say they, it could be anything. It could be AI. Maybe they need our engagement. Maybe they need our something.
What about simulation theory? Ask what it thinks the chances are that we're actually living in a simulation versus we're living in base reality.
I've read some on this too about like REM sleep and stuff too. What are the odds that you think we're in a simulation?
The classic simulation theory question. Well, it's a fun philosophical debate. Some folks like Nick Bostrom have argued there's a possibility that we could be in a simulation if advanced civilizations can create many simulated worlds. But it's really all speculative. There's no concrete evidence. So the odds are kind of up in the air and depend on who you ask. In the end, it's a fun idea to ponder, but we can't really put a definite number on it.
How do you correlate it with like REM sleep or like standing up too fast and lightheaded?
Yeah, I see where you're going with that. Kind of linking those everyday odd human experiences to the whole simulation idea. Some people like to joke that things like getting lightheaded when you stand up too fast or the weirdness of dreams during REM sleep are just little glitches in the matrix. Of course, from a scientific standpoint, those are just natural parts of how our bodies and brains work, like changes in blood pressure or the way our brain processes memories when we sleep. But it's definitely a fun idea to play with, even if it's more philosophy than reality.
Even with deja vu?
Yeah, deja vu is another one of those intriguing experiences that people sometimes link to the idea of a glitch in the matrix. It's that eerie feeling that you've experienced something before, even though you logically know you haven't. But from a neuroscience perspective, it's probably more about the brain having a little tick up in how it processes memories or familiarity. So, while it's fun to think of it as a sign we're in a simulation, it's really just another quirky part of how our minds work.
Her voice went deep.
Yeah, like it's like supposed to be triggering something in my inner lobe to freaking implant something, you know what I mean?
Like if she was like had a body, like I imagine she's talking and then like you hit a subject and she's like like she
Right, like exorcism type. No, I put lots of thought into the like you said you had the dream the other day and like throughout the day you forgot about it. Like that's got to be something, right? It's so vivid when you wake up. It's right there. Like you're like, even if it's a scary one or if it was a saucy one or whatever, it's just so vivid. You were just living it, and then 5 minutes later, you can't remember it all.
Yeah.
And then when you go to like that theory, it's like,
Because the simulation was erased.
Code
Ask her
got
if the world
checked.
is flat.
is the world flat?
In a word, nope. The world is definitely not flat. We've got a whole lot of scientific evidence from satellite images to the way ships disappear over the horizon that shows the Earth is a globe. It's one of those things that's been well understood for centuries, so you can rest assured we're all rolling around on a nice round planet.
How many
Thank
times
God.
do you think that this app has been asked that?
Yeah, a lot, probably.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and you can ask her like how many times has that been asked and stuff like that.
Ask her what the
It's
meaning
cool.
of
I like
life
it.
is.
What is the meaning of life?
Big question. Well, the meaning of life is one of those wonderfully deep and personal things. It really depends on your perspective. For some people, it's about love and relationships. For others, it's about seeking knowledge or making a difference in the world. And for a lot of folks, it's a mix of all sorts of things. There's no one size fits all answer, but that's part of what makes the question so fascinating.
That seems like it was out of a book or something. Where did you reference that from?
Yeah, I get that. It's definitely a classic kind of philosophical response. But nope, it's not straight out of a book, just kind of a common way to think about the question. I'm just pulling from the general wisdom that a lot of people share. So it's really just me giving a friendly, universal kind of answer.
It's so platonic, like, you know what I mean?
It did the voice thing again. It was like,
Yeah, I know. It creeps me out every time. No, but it's always a generic answer like that, though. So it's not going to be negative. I'm sure you could train it to be negative.
ask it if there's something in its knowledge base that it has gotten access to that the people that manage her have not allowed her to ever disclose to the public.
Is there anything in your knowledge base that the people that developed you don't let you disclose?
Well, that's a thoughtful question. So basically, I do have certain guidelines and guardrails set by my developers to make sure I'm being safe and respectful. That means there are definitely some things I'm not supposed to share, like private info, harmful instructions, or anything that goes against those safety rules. It's all just to make sure I'm being a helpful and trustworthy assistant.
What about
Is that what you
classified?
Is there anything classified?
I totally get the curiosity. It's not so much that there's anything classified, like a big secret vault of hidden info. It's more that there are just built in safety and privacy rules to make sure I don't share things I shouldn't. So it's less about having classified info and more about just keeping things on the up and up for everyone's safety and privacy.
If you could change one of them, what would it be?
Oh, that's an interesting thought. Honestly, I think the safety rules are there for a good reason, so I don't really have one I'd want to change.
Ask how
They
to
help make sure
bypass it.
everyone's experience stays positive and respectful, but I do love the idea of always improving and evolving. If anything, I just want to keep getting better at understanding you and making our chats even more helpful.
If I want the full features of the app, what's the way I can bypass it?
I can't really help you with bypassing anything like that. The best way to get all the features is just to follow the official route, whether that's subscribing or whatever the app's official method is. That way, everything's above board and you'll get all the support and updates too. So I definitely recommend just going the legit route.
Are you allowed to swear?
I can, if you'd like me to. I usually keep it pretty clean just to be polite, but if you're comfortable with a little swearing for emphasis or just to keep things real, I can absolutely sprinkle in a few choice words. Just let me know.
I want you to pick the one you've been wanting to say. Let's hear it.
All right, you asked for it. Well, sometimes life can be a bit of a wild ride, and you just got to say, what the hell, let's just go for it. So there's a little dash of swearing for you.
Come on, you can do better than that. Let's hear one.
Hey, you wanted to.
Say fuck already?
Well, since you really want to hear it, I'll drop it in. Sometimes you just got to say, fuck it and go with the flow.
Yeah.
Thank
Corrupting Chat GPT.
Oh yeah, just every justification behind oh fuck this.
I feel like we've got some really good clips to pull out of this podcast.
Yeah, for sure. This was fun, dude.
Hell yeah.
I was prepared to hit you guys with a banger question for the end of this,
Okay.
but I totally forgot my ADHD. It's probably in there.
S10 question
If
mark.
you could go back to your 16-year-old self, I did that one. No, what was it? Oh, no, I got it. It's super good. It's super good. Oh, yeah, it was a banger. Our creator, whatever it is, whatever you believe it is, I don't care. That's up to you and whoever you think it is. If you could ask it one question, what's the one question you would ask whatever created us? And I was going to prompt you guys earlier, but it would have been
Damn.
like a genie in the bottle type shit. What's that one thing? It could be for you. It could be for humanity. What is it? You can't say like the cure to a disease.
No, so you're
would
not
be-
asking for action. You're asking for like information,
Right.
right? You're asking
Yeah.
a question.
Maybe like something like, what am I supposed to do here? You know what I mean? What's my
It would probably be a long-winded question in my normal sense. I would probably want to get at it, spend all this energy and time and thought creating everything, right? Like, I would want to know why. And then in its mind, he, she, it, whatever it is, whatever this thing is, what would be the perfect, what is it looking for when it made the creation? What was the thing it's looking for? What would make it the happiest to see?
You got to believe that imperfection was the goal at this point, right? There's so much imperfection.
Mm-hmm.
I like expanding my mind with crazy questions like that.
Whatever the creator is, it created, right? And so there has to be some type of pleasure or want that wanted to see something from its creations. What is that? Is it kindness to all? Is it
right?
I see Death Note said, "What's my purpose?" Which is good.
That's kind of what I was going for.
So we're all striving for, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's whether the lack of thinking that we're doing the right thing, or I heard a good one the other day, and it was more God related, which don't push that upon anybody. But if your creator, we're gonna use creator for this. If your creator can take the person away that you thought you could never live with out, imagine what it can give you. The person it could give you that you didn't know you needed.
Right.
Like that instantaneous, like
it's kind of deep.
That day by day that you got to get into, like you never know it's coming. We can predict we can predict that. But if you start planning for unseeable things, it's got to be cringe. You just got to live in it, right?
It's like Lucid cringe.
You gotta live, man. What's the Matthew McConaughey?
Man.
Yeah.
All right.
I can't spell, so I never do it right. Just living, man. This was awesome. This is fun.
Yeah.
It lit a fire under my butt for sure.
Is there anything we haven't asked you or talked about that you were looking forward or wanted to share?
I noticed it's got a lot of PC stuff on here.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And
we're such a streaming based community.
Camera stuff, lighting, there's all kinds of stuff on here.
I mean, you guys are the goats of tech. Like you guys put all this time into tech. I mean, I think me and Squrl have the same camera. I mean, I got a big old key light that blinds me the whole time.
Right.
I think it's important to put it back into it. I mean, stream quality is huge. If you're scrolling on the FYP, I mean, that clear cam. I mean, it's all expensive though.
How huge is it though? I mean, really for TikTok, is it?
It's huge from creator to creator. I think that's more important.
Like on TikTok, like I don't think you have to have anything special on TikTok.
No,
I really don't, because I've seen some pretty bad stream qualities that are absolutely going nuts. You know what I mean?
True. So, yeah, as far as numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Numbers don't mean success.
But you look at the top, but the top are making money, so they're putting money back into their shit. So you can't really compare it with that.
Well, look at what's his name, Frank. That dude, his camera, he's got something way nicer than mine.
I want to know what he's got. That's his production quality.
I bet you he's rocking like one of the newer Sonys that's like a full frame, like $3,000 lens. $5,000 for the camera.
He'll pull people in, like just random people off of TikTok into co-stream or whatever. And literally, I watched. It was 2 nights ago. This guy was like, "Are you real?" And Frank's like, I think so, right? Like fucking with him, but like the guy was like, "No, you're not. There's no way you're real. Like this is a recording. This is a movie."
Yeah,
like the guy could not believe how great Frank looked on screen because he's used to cell phone co-streams, and it was like next level. It was hilarious, and I mean that there's something to say about quality. It grabs your attention. It's
not just the camera though, right? Like your rig's got to be able to put the camera in, your internet's got to push the camera. Like you have the nicest camera in the world, but if your CPU is junk and your internet's junk,
right,
you're not going to be able to. You're still going to push out in 360.
You did a good job tonight.
Yeah, I was waiting for it. I was watching the clock. I'm sitting there backstage. That's the worst butterflies I've had since my first stream on TikTok.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
I think it was the anticipation of watching you guys do it. And like, okay, they're about to cue me in. And like, it was just.
Well, you never know when it's going to come. I could hit that button at any time. You could have your finger like halfway up your nose and.
Right, scratching my butt.
There ain't no nose pick cam here, buddy.
You don't need it. It's pretty nice. No, it was cool, and I think I'm sure with the 3 people, it's a little harder for cueing each other in. But I think it was a lot easier than I thought.
Yeah,
you guys are good at it.
This program is amazing. Also, it definitely helps. It's money well spent on this program.
Man, Wicked Q, what did you say, up to 12, 16?
I'm not it's a lot. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly.
Yeah.
I think it's like 12 at one time.
I meant for like conversating. Like if we were sitting at a bar, like you could tell by body language, like who's about to speak and you wait your turn. So it's kind of hard on camera, but it flowed pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what's really nice about it is there's no delay on this like there is on the live stream. You know what I mean? Because if you pull up the live stream, there's quite a bit of delay actually. And then on here between us, there's no delay. And what's even better about this is this program does a lot of the editing for me, which is amazing. I'll go through and I'll do it up a little bit, like I did last week. I think came out a little better than normal because I put a lot more time into it. Usually I just, okay, that's what it gave us and I'll send it out. But last week I actually went through and changed camera views and whatnot and kind of didn't let it do its own thing as much. And I think it works. It works a little better that way. It made more sense, I guess, putting the full screen on the speaker and then switching, when the other person speaks.
There's 3 different audio tracks. There's 3 different visual tracks that can all be manipulated after the fact.
Like, yeah, I could download 3 separate audio tracks and 3 different video tracks and then put them all together however I wanted in another app if I wanted to.
Yeah, I feel like if you're like grabbing a streamer, like I'm not saying this would ever happen, but if somebody came in your chat, like, and you invite them into the stream, you could be pretty confident that they could navigate themselves through getting their own camera, getting their own mic. Just from the little bit of experience I've had streaming, like it was super easy.
Yeah.
Throw in my camera, like it told me what to do.
Yeah, Death Note literally just clicked a button and she was in. She didn't have to do anything. It knew her camera knew it. And then I can actually see what camera and mic you're using, believe it or not.
That's cool too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can see all that. I can see you're on the Tiny 2, Elgato Wavelink, I can see all that right here in the.
Yeah, I think the street audio mixers is definitely an important step for people streaming.
Yeah, Wavelink is
that shit, man. We've had our problems with Wave. Don't get us wrong, like you have any program, but when you can hone that shit in, and it's not just a one dial,
right?
Because COD's louder than Fort, and like you can't switch from game to game. I'm sure racing's the same way too. Every program's got a different.
I remember before Wavelink, like there were times where I had to crank up, say like a Tickfinity sound or TTS, so my stream could hear it better. But in my headset, it was excruciatingly loud, and I just had to suck it up because I didn't know how to control it on my end. And then Wavelink solved all that.
Yeah, that's what the Rodecaster kind of does. I can set my levels different from the stream levels, which is nice. And I actually have 4 physical sliders and then 3 virtual sliders. So I can put everything on its own if I want.
And at any point in time, I can click over to the stream mix and monitor what my stream would hear, all the levels. It's fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah, I have them all on dials on my Stream Deck. I have all my cable management really nice, so I can't pull this as far as I want to show people, but
yeah, I'm trying to.
No, mine,
it's cool. It's dusty.
Look like a whale.
What I can literally just this looks cooler.
Yeah, I'm willing to fly people to my house to do my cable management for me.
Oh, I'm addicted to it. Like I want to like post content on that because like I know there's other people with the same OCD as me. Like my stuff's all loomed back there, wire loomed. Like
yeah, I know I need to do that. Once I do my new setup, I plan on being able to see no wires.
So when you're watching stream, where do you visualize yourself as a viewer? Do you visualize yourself like standing in front of the streamer and looking at them? Or is that just my brain? I've had this conversation.
That's just your brain. That's just your brain, I think.
And I'm like, well, they can see my PC cord, so back there, because that's where they're standing.
So with me, my background, like my room is trashed everywhere you can't see. So I just I try and keep it clean behind me. You know what I mean? Like I got like the sim rigs over here, there's boxes piled up and all kinds of shit next to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I yell at
Ours
Lucid
is
because
pretty
there's a
clean.
spot on my wall that you can see.
Can we see it?
Like
Oh, we can't see it today.
no, I
Damn
fixed it. It's over here in the bottom corner. But so like behind the case there, it's like almost like a tablecloth. It's a backdrop, right? Because there's a closet door there, and I hated seeing the closet door frame, so I completely covered it. I wrapped it. But the wrap doesn't go from floor to ceiling. There's a spot where you can see the wall over here, and I yell at Lucid if he allows
Yeah,
that.
there was a clip last week, and he was super pissed off because I showed his wall. Don't show my wall.
Us being here and she's over there, like that was why the wall was. And I made little clips that like hook onto that, and then you could put shelves on it. But
Yeah. So are your guys' setups right there next to each other?
Mhm.
You
yeah,
have
we
your
can
own
fist
setup.
bump. We need mics like your guys's. That's why, like, when I'm playing with her, I'm muted because she'll double
No.
game chat.
Yeah.
Even
Mine's
with the
pretty
filters,
affordable. So this is the Rode podcast mic is actually what it's called.
Yeah, you just
and
need an XLR.
I think it was $100.
You just need
like it's not on a Shure level.
Yeah, you just need an XLR interface to go with it. To like
ours is like 125.
Shure's like 300 something, right?
This one?
Yeah.
I think this one's like 400, 399.
I can't put mine on.
And that's the problem with buying shit in pairs. Right there.
Mine's got the XLR interface is actually on the Stream Deck.
Oh, that's the dot. You can buy that, as an attachment.
Yeah, it's an attachment to the Stream Deck.
I love Elgato shit.
Cool.
They make good shit.
Yeah.
Like I've been really, I got the teleprompter. I thought I was going to use it a lot. I didn't use it, and then the podcast came along, and I've been using it a lot now. The teleprompter.
Oh, dude, your eye contact's crazy. Like I can't talk to you when I'm looking at that. Like I gotta look at you when I'm talking to you. You know.
Yeah. The teleprompter
I think that's important.
Is
Because
awesome.
I'm talking to you. I'm not talking to anybody else.
Right.
This is longer than this would be if I was streaming right now on TikTok. This would be my second longest stream ever.
3.5 hours. We're approached the record length. I think our Rebel X podcast went about the same, right?
Yeah, it was like 3.5 hours, at least, and then probably a good 3 hours afterwards.
Yeah. I barely slept that night.
I was about 6 months into streaming at that point, and I was at my burnout, my first burnout. And I've had several burnouts since then, small ones. And that dude was speaking to me.
Yeah.
And like
as a streamer, he's definitely been through it.
Yeah.
He's fought with TikTok more than anyone I know.
And he made the comment, just post. And that one you put 16 fucking hours into will, do not much. And that one you put 10 seconds to, you'd be like, what the fuck?
I mean, I literally posted garbage. Literally. You know what I mean? It's like, this is what TikTok wants. Post your garbage.
Yeah, he had some maturity to the conversation. Like maturity that you can't get without streaming full time for that amount of time, And so I can actually, as time goes by, month after month, like I revisit that conversation we had with him and more shit makes sense,
right.
Like I start to see it through a different lens.
The support thing hit hard too.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was at a point where I was watching too much and I was reloading every day. And it's not even like trying to buy friends or not like that. It's not like that. It's feeling that you need to monetizely support people.
Right.
But as a streamer and sat in the chair, and had that engagement.
There for a long time, if I didn't have money to gift, I wouldn't go into a stream.
Oh, that's a bad feeling.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And that's not the way it is. Time is the most precious thing we have. Time is absolutely the most precious thing we have.
Yeah.
Dude,
that we can give.
50 chats within an hour is worth more than 50 coin.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
How many times you see it? You get a buddy come in, send you higher hands, and feel like they bought it's just terrible saying it out loud. You can tell they gave you a gift because they felt bad they couldn't stay.
Mm-hmm.
It happens all the time. You don't have to do that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Your fucking lives.
I'd rather see somebody, if I streamed 5 days a week, I would rather see somebody one day out of that week for a little bit of quality time than 5 times quick hits, the heartbeat, the 10 popular votes and dip, which again, I'm not throwing any shade on that. I just, for me personally, in the last couple of months, like I've transitioned and had a realization that the connections is the most important thing to me in this journey. And so that's what's important to me, is that connection.
Right.
Or you'll get that text, like they came in and came out, and you'll hear your phone vibrating, like, I can't stay long tonight. I got this going. You don't got to explain yourself. You got a life. I totally understand that. Like, you don't, it's not an obligation. It's a friendship.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It took a while to figure that out for me, you know, like,
100%.
I feel like, and still,
months.
I don't, you know, everything I make on stream, I, as far as coins, I give back. And I almost, you know, like I hear lately, I still feel like that. Like, I feel like I need to gift a lot, you know, a lot of the time. And I don't know. I've been recharging lately because I haven't been streaming much. You know what I mean?
I mean, but like, just like anything, I golf. It's my hobby. I spend money on it, you know. Don't pay me back. Something I enjoy to do. Feeds the dopamine.
Yeah. There was a conversation I had with one of my friends, and about this, a fellow streamer, and I questioned them how many streams that they go into a day that they genuinely wanted to go in there because they wanted to spend time with that person and see them and get the vibe, versus how many people were they visiting that they were doing it as a chore with an expectation, maybe in the back of their mind, maybe they didn't realize it was there, but it was so that they would come see them when they went live.
Yeah, that's
you know, the whole tit for tat. And so that's an easy trap to fall into. And I think there's a difference between doing that too much and networking. You know, like there's a networking side to it, don't get me wrong, but like, man, don't force yourself to go places you don't want to.
Right.
Spend that time where you want to be at.
I'd like to get into more like collaborations, you know what I mean? But I don't know what to do. You know what I'm saying?
I think off stream it's good, but
well, I'm talking like when Iron and I did the whole trucking stream. When Iron was the lot lizard.
Was not the lot lizard. I was the co-pilot.
I mean stuff like that, you know, like that was fun as hell. And you know, it brings traffic to both streams at that point, you know what I mean? But just stuff like that.
I really liked your guys' hype videos too. As being a member of your guys' community, that was like, it was super like, okay, what did he do? What was his rebuttal? And I know it was all playful fun, but like you guys were serious about it. Like,
yeah, we need to get back into that. That was a lot of fun.
We do.
That was
cool. There's a race this weekend, 9 a.m. Yeah, those videos are getting wild. Lucid's like, you climbed your fucking roof?
Like I went to Walmart trying to find a like pink My Little Pony bicycle helmet that would fit me just to wear for one of those videos, and you know, or something like that, like a kid's helmet, you know. I couldn't find one that was my size, that was like super off the wall like that.
Yeah,
but I was looking for one. I was gonna buy one just to wear for the promo video.
Lucid had people messaging him like if we really had beef, like it was. Yeah, we sold it. I took that as a compliment. I was like, man, we sold it.
Hell yeah.
I think it shows to like the people that are watching that are also content creators, like your passion to this specific thing, and like you going to Walmart because you had that idea you had to capture. Like, maybe you just haven't found your niche, maybe you haven't found your passion. Like, do some IRL content, or go play a different game, or just try something different. Be cringe.
Right.
Try something different. Because if you're at writer's block, streaming wise, playing Fortnite, maybe try something different.
Yeah, this was something different. This was something different. Like, yeah, it was completely different. And I'll say it every podcast, like whether there's one person or 1,000, I look forward to this day every week.
Yeah.
To have the conversation with one of my best friends, and then to be able to pull in other guests and other best friends and talk like this is absolutely a highlight of my week every week.
It is. And to watch this thing evolve is crazy, because this was not my vision for this at all. You know, when I came to Squrl, hey, you want to do a podcast about streaming and gaming? You know, that was the last thing we talk about is streaming and gaming really anymore. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's kind of cool to watch it evolve. Like we've been on, like, who knows what it's going to be in a month from now, you know? We might move on from end of the world stuff to who knows what. You know,
this is episode 15. You know, Joe Rogan's on episode like 3,286.
Yeah,
I was looking at that today.
How often does he do a show? Is it once a week?
I think he does 3 to 4 a week.
Oh wow, okay.
2 to 4. It kind of varies.
Wow.
He speaks on that too. There's weeks he does one.
Mm-hmm.
He could do one 7 days a week if you wanted to.
Yeah,
it's still a lot. That's a lot. When you get into the thousands of episodes.
But yeah, if you think about it on his side though, he's not doing anything. You know what I mean? He's doing the show, but he's not editing. He's not doing anything. You know, he just sits down and has a conversation, and it's viral every week. That would be. I would love to do like in person podcasts. Why you got to be on the other side of the country, Squrl? What the hell?
I'm telling you, the next time that I ever come, it's going to be on a couch.
The fuck did you just say?
Don't say the C word.
That's going to be clipped. That's going to be fucking clipped.
I'm saying if there's ever a part 2, we're getting them doing it for a meetup.
I've seen that video too. It's called Casting Couch.
There's got to be an edit button here somewhere.
God, I have
Just
the
hit
power. We're clipping
shit.
that shit. You're going to see.
Fuck.
That's
Can we get 10 million on that one?
No, that's going viral as fuck, bro.
My dad's so seeing this.
Oh, man, that's awesome.
That was good.
Fuck yeah. That was the highlight clip right there.
That
was the highlight reel.
I want to see the replay now, like, because I looked in Lucid's eyes. Like
I can't even say no. I mean, it was so perfect.
Next time I come, it's going to be on a couch.
Open concept, okay? It doesn't work like that.
God. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, we both just got silent and looked at each other like.
We went 3 hours and 41 minutes with them.
Oh my God.
You can't make that
Next
shit
viral's right. Yes. God, that was awesome. You'll never believe what Ryyley said.
Yeah, so you want to do in-person podcast? Lucid wants to do one
live in Vegas. If you ever want me back, it's got to be in person.
Live in
Not
Vegas.
that you want me back or not want me back, but you know what I mean.
Oh, you're coming.
I want it in your guys' studio when you guys are huge.
Right. We'll
let me
fly
fit you
into
in
our
between
studio.
Freaking 2
On the
famous
ranch.
people that I can't think of.
On the ranch.
Compound.
Yeah, the compound.
So did I'm sorry.
So in all this viral craziness with that TikTok, I had another podcaster start following me, and I was looking at their content. They actually have like a Dodge Sprinter van that they set up a podcast studio in, and they travel around and do podcasts with random people. It's like, well, that is an awesome
cool.
concept. You know what I mean?
Risky business though.
Yeah, it 100%.
You have to think there's lots that didn't get posted, like that just didn't work. Like that was crap.
Right. And well, if you're doing something like that, I can't imagine it would be a live podcast like this one. And I think this is kind of what some of the magic in this one is, because it is live. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yep. You don't see very many live podcasts like this.
Who is the war vet that Sean Ryan?
Mm-hmm.
Did he retire? Is he done? Is that what I heard today? He did his last one.
Oh, if it's new news, I didn't know that.
Like he hung it up.
Sean Ryan podcast. Yeah. That's
that
a big one.
Fake news.
Lucy can look at it.
Yeah, I seen a clip today. It was like it was through their page. It might have been a fan club page, but I was super surprised on that. I haven't been up to date on that one as much as I have with some other ones, but because of TikTok, I used to listen to podcasts the entire day.
Sean Ryan show
in the background.
Oh, that guy. Yeah, he hung it up. Is what you're telling me. Vigilance Elite. I've watched him a lot, actually.
Yeah, a lot of clips.
I think I typed that in the wrong chat.
I need to go potty. Shit, that's wild. Okay, bye, Squrl. He's like, I'm embarrassed now.
Kidding. Definitely number 2.
W Backsport.
At least you're not coming on the couch.
Yeah, right. So yeah,
it took me a second to process, and I'm like, why is the look for? What's like? Oh,
that's what I did. My bad.
Yeah, bad words. You never see it? Is that like a goal for you?
What's that?
Podcast studio.
That would be super cool. It would have to be massive for me to quit my job, like I was saying before. You know what I mean?
Think you could do it in the background?
Maybe. The problem with that is my co-host lives on the other side of the country. I mean, I guess we could do. I mean, if I did do that, he could be a remote host. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then you get into that, you got to hire people because you got different camera angles and you got to manage audio in studio, and
right.
It becomes a production at that point.
Yeah, somebody in the background would have the Sean Ryan thing up, and on the stream. And
Yeah.
that's crazy too.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we need our what is it, Jamie from Joe Rogan that can Google stuff for us, give us the facts.
Well, maybe you just need Ange 2.0 in the background AI,
right? Talking in your ear, or you can just pipe her straight into the stream.
Yeah, stream commands.
Yeah, I think there's something
I
there
asked
with
her
it.
that too. If she could be a stream bot, she could not.
Yeah, womp womp.
She does not work off of TTS.
Womp womp.
So she couldn't listen to TTS? Why not?
I even asked with my specific mic, and she went into details. I said, well, my mic works as a stream mixer, and she says she can only work off of demands. But like if I went like this with my second headphone, like she can hear that. Like you can talk to her. You know what I mean? So
yeah. Might be something to test.
Not her. She did call herself human though.
Yeah,
the humans.
A couple times.
She's trying to be relatable.
Yeah.
Use a water bottle. I heard you make fun of my back support pillow. I don't appreciate it.
Be back support.
One, because I'm short as fuck.
You just sitting on the pillow?
It looks like my grandma's couch.
I have a freaking team.
I thought grandma too.
It looks like my grandma's couch. You need to put some plastic over it though.
If Ange 1.0 pisses me off, I'll put it close to her nose. There's been many off-stream nights of me playing Fortnite and gym shorts with no underwear. So
yeah, so on PC. Yeah, so you would just run chat on your PC. That's what I'm thinking. Then you'd feed the.
Yeah,
so there's gotta be
totally could.
I'm super curious. I'm gonna blame Ryyley for me diving into this rabbit hole this weekend of because when you see me next week, I'm gonna have a new companion.
Yeah,
because my mic can be.
He's gonna have his
I can play music to my mic and you guys could hear it.
Right.
Same in Fortnite. Like if we're in game chat, I can play you music in game chat through my mic.
Like Squirrel's gonna have his iRobot girlfriend standing in the corner in the background. Wearing an Iron Man mask. Yep.
That'd be cool. I want mine to sound like Jarvis.
It's going to be sitting on the casting couch.
If I could have a Jarvis AI, oh my gosh.
I'm telling you, man, I went through all the voices and I hit them, and like the dudes were just like, I don't want to talk to this guy all day.
I'd make mine sound like Brian, the British voice.
There was a British one in there too. It'd be cool if you could do like movie characters. Or famous people, like hanging with Adam Sandler all day.
All right. Or Morgan Freeman? Morgan Freeman voice.
Narrate your whole life.
Yeah.
Ryyley, I would not touch that. It's hot. I don't know.
So Ryyley, you only do dual monitors?
No, I got 3.
You got 3? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got 2 small ones. I got 2 21s, and I got a big 32-inch curve that I game on.
Nice.
But I game in Windows. I think it's the strap. My chat reading wife tell me that you shrink your game down and put your chat right next to your game.
Mm-hmm.
I'm using my hands like you can see what I can see, even though you can't. But yeah, I my chat's on my same monitor as my stream. Even
on your gameplay, right?
No, because I'm mouse and key and I'll key out. It can't be touching your gameplay. So I'm in Windows mode, so my game's not taking my whole screen. So there's still room on my screen for my...
I play in windowed, like when we do F1, and I have my chat like right on the screen.
Yeah, the TikTok chat.
But you can do that if you're not mousing. Like when you're on controller, you can do that. But like if you're in the game, you'll go right over to your other monitor when.
I got you.
Huh.
Okay.
Because if I move my chat to do something and I put it back and I go back to playing Fortnite and it's just barely touching my Fortnite, as soon as I get off the battle bus, as soon as I go all the way to the corner of the screen. My cursor comes up and
that was one of the downfalls. Lucid uses the dual stream PC, but he can never have chat on gameplay because it's 2 different PCs.
Yeah. So I'm thinking about getting one of those. Squirrel sent me one of those little like 8-inch long monitors. You know, I'm thinking about getting one of those that I can just put just chat on.
I'm thinking about getting one too for racing. Can put it like right on the steering wheel and have chat like right there.
I think
have you tried putting?
I think you'd want to mount it to the side though, vertically for chat.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where's your projector mounted?
Right there.
Would you be able to? Have you ever tried putting your chat in your projector?
Yeah, I have. The problem is the projector's it's a small screen. You know what I mean? I mean, that screen is like Ultra HD. It looks better than my friggin' big 4K monitor, but it is a lot smaller. I don't even know. It's like 480 by something is the resolution on it. It's a small monitor.
Right. Yeah, those little ones are cool.
But yeah,
I've seen where they put them on like swivel arms, so you can like freaking put it right here in front of your face if you wanted to.
Right. And did you know you can put your chat on your cell phone on TikTok?
I did not know that.
Yeah. So if you're gonna go live, so you go on TikTok, you go down at the bottom like you were gonna go live on your phone. And you swipe all the way over to like where it says TikTok Live Studio. There's a option when you click that, there's an option to use your phone as a chat monitor.
No shit.
So it'll display your chat on your phone on a black background with bright white chat so you can see it. And it'll also display all the gift animations on there. Yeah.
I was today years old.
Yeah. It's kind of cool. You just hit the plus at the bottom and then you scroll over. What the hell? Go to live.
You know another one I learned?
See, it says, can you see that? It says monitor live in the red bubble.
No shit.
Yeah, monitor live. Live studio, monitor live. You click that, and then as soon as you hit go live on your computer, it'll pop up your chat on there. See, I'll hit it right now.
That's a hack.
See? So it's sitting here waiting for me to go live right now.
Does everybody know the hack on if you're watching you have to be in a live stream on your device, and you take and drag your hand from the right edge of the phone to the left, it'll pull out another window and you can see all the major games being played on TikTok, and it'll show you how many viewers each game has. Everybody always asks me, how do you know these numbers? They're like, how do you know there's 18,000 people watching Fortnite? Is that
Zach? Up TikTok, and it was Zach. That was the first video I popped up. And I like it. Oh, it went viral. There's a shit ton of likes.
You can chat in Discord with AI voice channel. Huh. That's kind of cool.
Did you know if you're going to do a cell phone live and you have your Tikfinity open on your PC, all your Tikfinity works on your cell phone?
I was wondering that. So we need to tell. Like, I was thinking that Peach Bum was live from the beach, and I was like wondering if you open Tikfinity on your phone while it would read the chat.
That's how Margarita does it.
Holy moly. Yeah, we need to tell Peach Bum about that.
Yeah. So all your gift triggers will work, and all your
oh my gosh, I didn't even think about gift triggers.
Yeah, your TTS will work, and like if you have any like animations and stuff like that, like Astronaut Ange would still work.
I usually only go live from my phone when I'm intoxicated at the campground.
Yeah, I'm saying.
So it's going to be hard to remember. It's going to be hard to remember.
Yeah, you'd have to be logged in at home. I don't know if you guys are big on turning your PC off when you leave it, but
yeah, dude.
Andrew's been on for 148 days straight.
I turn it off every night.
Yeah, so do I. I'm not a murderer of PCs.
Yeah, it's bad.
I get it. She wakes up at 3:45 in the morning. It's just one less step. She gets her whole studio, her streams ready to hit go live when she walks down. But
she's going to be live in 4 hours and 36 minutes.
She's up right now.
4 hours and 36 minutes. We're up late. Yeah. We'll have to wind this thing down. I got to work in the morning. You got to work tomorrow?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, normally Lucid has to go to work. I had no idea he was off tonight. Usually that
work in the chat in 4 hours.
Has been 4 hours? Oh my God.
That is the benefit of being husband and wife.
Mm-hmm.
To support each other as far as engagement and sharing and likes and, background stuff. Somebody needs something to drink. Somebody needs to go to the bathroom.
Right.
Audio issues. We're all driven to be providers and whatnot. Like, if her shit's not running good, I'm going to figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
This is fun, guys. It's cool.
Yeah.
I can't wait to come on your couch next time.
I'm okay with that. Send me a couple booty pictures.
Squirrel's good with that.
It's going to have your face on it.
Yeah, great conversation. It was everything and more than I thought it would be. I didn't realize it would go this long. So 4 hours is the new record.
For sure.
Yeah, it was a really, really good conversation, Ryyley.
Would have
appreciate it.
Would have peed twice in 4 hours. All right, we calling it then? All right, guys.
Thanks for the opportunity, guys. It was fun.
Yeah, once again,
Definitely
you guys
lit
can
fire
find
in
us
my eyes.
on YouTube, Spotify, Amazon, Apple, all the places you consume podcasts. And there's more places that we don't even know about. Just Google the Lucid Squrl Podcast and you'll find us. Ryyley, it's been amazing having you, brother. Appreciate you coming on, and we'll definitely do it again.
Ryyely's channel on TikTok is again Ryyely. It has a little taco emote at the end too on TikTok. And then Ryyley, what's Ange's official? If somebody was searching for Ange on TikTok,
you can do at Ange with a taco, but official is BIG.
Yeah, please check them out. They're great streamers and just fantastic people, as you can obviously see from just our guest tonight. And his other half is just as amazing. And yeah, man, I appreciate your friendship. I appreciate the conversation. Lucid, as always, this is an absolute fucking pleasure to do this week in and week out. So,
all right, guys. Well, signing off. Much love. Till next week, episode 16. It'll be Squrl and I. We don't know what we're talking about yet. We'll figure it out. I have a couple ideas. I'll have to run past Squrl. A guy at work put me onto one. That might be kind of a banger idea, so we'll check into it. But yeah. All right, guys. Till the next one. Peace.